have a drink, but I will be listening.
Okay. Hello everyone, and welcome to the 73rd episode of the Devouring Dark. Last time they robbed a jewelry store for no reason.
When we got there.
And that was
under our name.
Either way, the jewelry store was robbed during the process of the session, I'll say then. Either way, that happened, and eventually you guys decided to go to, well, there was a bunch of miscellaneous stuff that needed to be done that you guys wanted to do, so that was started. And after all of that miscellaneous stuff, such as melting metal and forming things and all that jazz, you guys decided to head towards the library, where you encountered a very friendly but very dangerous creature.
As I recall, when he shouted out, I was gonna hide.
Yes. Either way, the friendly creature chased you guys down for a while, and you decided to tame it because it was friendly, rather than antagonize it further. And it worked out pretty well, considering it could have went a lot worse. And you guys finally managed to get to the library, which was your goal for a couple of sessions. And the library was on fire, so you guys entered in, and it turned out that the perpetrator is known by most of you. The perpetrator being a general who is a leader of the Ifriti. And this general really is now on the side of the shadow, and he has been the one who was setting fire to the library. And he tried to call his mount, which was the dangerous friendly creature from before, and he failed to do so. So that was pretty much where we left off. Somebody went upstairs, so that was
Lucius.
Yes, Lucius. Everyone else is downstairs.
Hiding.
And I don't know if you rolled before we ended or not.
I think I did, but I can reroll. It's not easier.
Actually, I did
It doesn't matter.
I did the dumb thing. I did the dumb thing again, and didn't log into my Roll20, so that's gonna take a half hour to load. So just give me a second to get that process started.
Am I able to see this from where I'm at upstairs?
Yes, you are currently on a balcony type area. It has bookshelves along it, but it also has doors to areas that you haven't been to yet.
Okay.
But this area is also on fire, so you're not sure if those rooms are more or less on fire. You haven't had a chance to look into those yet.
How far away is this general guy from me?
He is approximately... So you're up approximately 20... I'd say you're about 80 feet away at this point. However...
And the rest of us are how far?
It's a good thing I saved initiative anyways.
So...
Oh, we didn't roll.
Yeah, we didn't roll yet.
You sure?
Yes.
Yeah.
The other initiative was the initiative from the friendly creature.
Okay.
That you guys determined was and I actually named the creature. It's a very simple name. They're just elemental beasts, is what they're called. So they're they have all the inclusions of an elemental, and they also have all the inclusions of a beast. So that's why you were able to tame it with animal handling, because it is technically both an elemental and a beast.
I'm gonna call him Fluffy.
You did last session.
Alright, so the first thing that we needed to do is roll initiative. And since I don't remember if you rolled stealth, on your turn you get to roll stealth. So hopefully you get to go first.
Okay. Let me just see if I have.
Because technically you were walking into a flaming room and you weren't sure what to expect. So I'm gonna say if you act slower, unfortunately you won't be hidden yet.
Why can I only... Yeah, I just want to see. Why can I only see myself and not the others?
I don't
the others
know.
forgot to click the icon. And
How do you
I did
click the
not get
icon
a
again?
21. I got a 13.
Well, I don't see anything yet because mine is still loading. So I won't be any help in that regard.
There we go.
Well, the advertisement went away, but all I see is like squares and black.
Okay, so how again do you choose a token?
You just select it when you have the select tool. Like you can move around tokens.
I assume we're not still all on this page that we were using for the other game?
No, we're now currently with the giant devil guy with a sword in his hand that's on fire with a rock and such.
Well, he is not a devil. He is an Afridi.
Afridi, then.
However, mine is still trying to load your other page, so it's stuck. So...
You have to change that on your own.
Yes, because I'm a GM, I have to change it. However, it's not loading, so it's not letting me bring the drop-down bar, so that way I can switch.
Oh,
so
yeah, we're on the right page if I'm correct.
Hopefully everyone else is on the right page, because I can't see anything.
All I see is blankness.
You should zoom out a bit then.
And where are the tokens?
Let me try this.
The tokens are at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, I sent everyone there with the ping command.
Mine is still loading.
Let me try something, so don't freak out for a moment here. So I just switched it over to the map one of the maps I'm using, and now back. Any changes?
Nothing happened.
Okay, I think you need to reload.
Happened for map. So only happened for Dylan and Tim.
Yeah, it keeps throwing up the page unresponsive thing.
Yeah, it's either you need to close down a few programs or, well...
Well... all I currently have open is Discord and this, so...
Okay, so your computer is being a dum-dum. Hooray!
Oh, it finally loaded, and then it reloaded. So, great!
It was being a dum-dum, yes, it was in a continual load cycle.
Anyway, so this is gonna be fun. Just gonna look at his initiative.
I can roll for it if you like.
Oh no, I got that handled. I just won't have it in the turn order, and I won't be able to see the turn order.
Okay, I can add it into the turn order, so just let me do that. Add to turn order. Just give me the number.
Alrighty, just give me 20 seconds. Because I have a dice roller that was put out by Wizards, and it's just a web page that has dice on it. So, that's cool.
Huzzah!
Okay, it's a D20 plus. Okay, here we go. He got a 5.
Plus just a 5 or?
Yeah, just a 5. 5 total.
Okay.
So I have
Okay.
a 2 dex. Does he beat that? Because we're tied currently for initiative.
He has 2 decks.
Excellent. So roll off.
So, what do you have? Like a 15?
He has a...
Also,
No, he has a
I'll go for
14.
the-
Okay, what do you
I-
have, Tim?
I have a 15.
Yeah, then Tim wins.
Okay.
Let me just set it up in the right
Who's the
order.
16.2?
Mine is 45,000.
Whoa.
No, but if
Wow,
we're
that's a
talking initiative,
first.
right?
That's a first. The Grand Admiral and Arison are going at the same time.
Yeah.
Wait, Arison is there.
Aw, aren't you two just good friends?
No, we're not. We're like nearly
Yeah.
arch enemies.
Not anymore. Getting the same initiative is basically just like finding some guy at the bar with the same T-shirt as you.
Now you're
And
best
poof,
of buds.
your best friend.
Soulmates.
Mm-hmm. Soulmates forever.
No.
Soul brothers.
It's gonna work.
I mean, we both have a soul. Well, why don't we just sell it off together?
Okay, now it's not loading, but it's not letting me do anything. So that's fun.
Oh, great.
In our case, it's Lily's turn first.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
There.
So currently I'm gonna let somebody control Lily, whoever wishes.
Not it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Well, we can't because we're not GMs or can't open her sheet.
Well, we can give it to you.
Yeah, some people
No,
do
you
have
can't.
access to it.
What
You
I bet
should
I
not.
can.
You should not give me Lily's sheet because I am doing one further on the rich guy scale and I'm drinking cognac right now.
Sure, I won't give you. But Tim has it.
It's
Why
a
the-
nice day,
even-
isn't it?
Even the pinky. But you already degrade yourself by holding the glass wrong.
For fuck's sake!
You're already degrading yourself by holding the glass wrong.
I think this is moonshine, actually. Oh well.
You're holding
It
the
looks
glass wrong. You need to hold it from the bottom.
But then the pinky can't show, right?
Yes, it can. You just have to flex it a little bit more.
There we go.
No, not like that. From the bottom of the glass, like you're holding
I
a
am on the
ball.
bottom of the glass.
Like this,
Look.
like you're holding a ball. Like
A
you need to
ball.
hold. Yeah,
Like this.
the bottom of the ball of the glass. Like the neck of the glass needs to be between your index finger and your middle
Like that.
finger. If I only had something to actually choke you with. So something like this or something, I don't know.
Like this.
There you fucking go.
So this is how rich people drink. I mean, of course, this is always how Norwegian people drink.
Oh yeah. Also, don't forget the pinky. Don't forget the pinky.
The thing on the bottom is in the way.
That's why I say flex it.
Okay, so etiquette lesson aside,
It was even a full joke.
Yet.
who's gonna play Lily?
I
No,
guess
Just so you know, it's not gonna be for very long because something's gonna happen.
Okay, I will sacrifice myself this time, but next time is one of you.
Is she gonna die?
You're gonna see.
Okay, Gio, I already changed my mind. Give me the sheet. Because this is some damn strong
Lily
moonshine.
will hand over the orb of light because she's going away.
Yeah.
He gives it to Halra and charges it to
I think I think the orb is in
There, you should have it now.
Okay.
possession.
We just have it in our inventory. That's all.
Benjamin,
Yeah.
you need to get yourself a little sun in the background to increase your frame rate.
Yeah, my lights went out, and I still have 2 working ones, so I'll wait.
But yeah, I just gave it to you, Pre-Ben.
You
Pre-Ben.
fool!
I can just as easily take it away.
Just so that way you
everything
guys
away.
know, any plot important items will be in someone else's possession, just so that way you guys can have them.
Yeah,
Or they can just magically reappear. There's Lonnie. Lily Rosenthorn. Oh,
he didn't
work.
let you edit it because he didn't think it through. There you go.
At least I can open the... Oh, now I can edit it. Let's see now. Alignment.
Wait, you should be able. What?
Evil. Yeah, sure. I got the sheet. I'll be Lily this round.
Okay.
Isn't that Explo's job as well?
What?
Isn't that Explo's job as well?
To do what?
To have such a voice, since he is, what was it, a gnome, a half gnome?
He's a gnome.
Halfling?
He's a
He's
young
not a
rock
half
gnome.
gnome.
See, a gnome. So you just have such a squishy voice as well.
I should.
I think.
Isn't it a little too late for that?
Yeah, it can be, but still.
A few more of these and I'll get there.
But yeah, that aside, it's
Did you
Lily's...
roll Lily's initiative?
Yeah, she's at 25.
Did she
Yeah,
run
you're
into the
first.
building?
She
Yeah.
is in the middle
Are you
of
in
the
the
room.
game now, Matt? We can begin.
So, oh, yes. We can begin!
Just do the
Okay.
turn, Riva.
Yeah, so you're in the middle of a flame... Lily is in the middle of a flaming room. There's bookshelves and various other library-esque things that are flaming in the room. So what would Lily do?
Can she see the bastard that's putting everything on fire?
Yes, he is approximately 60 feet away.
60 feet away.
Yes.
Oh, she has 35 in movement speed? This is a fast little shithead, isn't she?
Yeah, I think she has the mobile feat.
Does anybody need healing?
We just started initiative, so I don't think so.
Well, in that case, she is gonna run towards the asshole putting everything on fire.
Which has a which literally has a firewall in front of it, because books are burning like around it.
She can reach him without catching fire. So she's in melee range as long as you use her action to reach him.
Oh, she has multiple shits, doesn't she? So I can dash and also attack, right?
You cannot attack, but you could use Shield of Faith if she's gonna get attacked to my armor class.
Yes, she can use a bonus action. So whatever bonus action she has access to at the moment.
She has a lot of spells.
Just the ones that circled out.
Yeah. She actually has Shield of Faith readied up, so I'm gonna do that. She's gonna dash and Shield of Faith!
Fair enough. She walks right up to him and... Ching! Magic shield. Edo-san!
Yes, since I have a clear shot at the very giant that's currently betraying us. Again!
Actually, he's an Ifriti.
I just shoot it.
And yes, he did trick you guys before.
Yes, so that's a
happened.
26 to hit.
Yes. That would hit a Tarask.
And that's 30 damage.
Okay, perfect. I forgot to open my calculator, so I guess that's going to take forever too. Because that's how things work now.
Okay, if it's really that much of a pain in the ass, well, I would advise restarting your PC.
Oh, I got it. It's open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If he restarts his PC, he won't make it tomorrow and Saturday as well.
All right, you shot him, and it hit him. And by the way, this picture is actually General Hosmish. So it's actually the right picture this time.
Hey.
So, yes, you hit him. Now what?
And staying as far away as possible, but that he's just within my longest range.
You can move back 30 feet. However, if you do so, you'll be outside the room and you'll be in a hallway, which means if he moves at all, you might lose line of sight on him.
Okay, just are there any like bookcases that are not on fire and are very far away from him?
They're all on fire. However, one of them only has fire on the top of it, the one that you are closest to. Which means later on you might have to move, but for now it's fine.
Decant of Endless Water would need something.
You would need an action to use that.
Yeah, like I said. Oh, next turn I'm gonna make it rain.
Okay. The action is taken. Howler.
I will shoot him with my crossbow. That's a 22 to hit.
22 hits him.
So that's 29 damage on a crossbow.
Yeah, because Lily is within melee range of it. So yes, that happens.
And I will hide in the library as I move closer. So I'll move closer, but not completely in melee range.
Yeah, it is a little hectic in there with the fire. So I'm going to get you to roll a d20, see if you accidentally dash into a bundle of flame.
It's not a bundle of flames, it's a bundle of joy.
Okay, you managed to land on a pile of books that have yet to be set aflame. As you run behind a bookshelf.
Bookport. That's definitely covering me, and there's no way he knows it's me in there.
Well, he'd have to roll higher than a 32 to see you, so... Okay, so I need to get that damage on him. It was...
29.
29? Okay. Perfect. Alright, now it is currently Explo's turn.
Who's a good dog? Oh, shit.
Somebody got some luck.
Oh, you cleared up a lot.
You don't technically need to succeed, so the dog stays there. However, it gets mad at you because you touch a sensitive spot on its belly. But it doesn't move.
Okay.
So it is still sufficiently distracted.
I will just keep the luck point for the next round then, I guess.
Fair enough. Alright. Anything else you want to do? Other than pet the dog?
Nah.
Alright. Since you are petting the dog and giving the dog joy, its slobber starts flinging everywhere. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Get the thing outside.
It is outside.
It is outside.
I exploded it's outside.
manage to dodge a very thick and round glob of slobber that is made of lava as it flies past you. So you do not take any damage. Because it's sort of like whipping its head around, and it kind of looks like those, I think they're called bloodhounds, the ones with the droopy cheeks that drool.
Bloodhounds.
It's
Great Danes also do it.
Yes. Its face is kind of droopy, and slobber kind of just drips out of its face naturally. So when it like wiggles its head, just slobber goes flying, and you almost got.
Okay, I'm not gonna call it fluffy anymore. I'm gonna call it saliva.
All right, perfect. All right, General Hosmish. Oh wait, we determined that Lucius goes first.
So I'm going to hold a banishment spell for him as soon as he closes and gets within 60 feet of me.
Okay.
Isn't he within 60 feet already?
No, he's at 80.
Yeah, because he's technically up from you guys, so he's technically a little bit further away. Because he's approximately in the same location that you guys are, except he's on the upper level. So he's a little bit further away.
Can't you just, Timothy, can't you just, like, move?
No, I'm on a balcony.
Oh.
Where I'm at, I can't move to get closer, can I?
You can, however, the angle, depending on where you move to, how much you move, that sort of thing, you might be blocked by, like, a bookcase if you need line of sight, that sort of thing.
Yeah, but there's been enough activity. He should close the distance on us. So as soon as he hits that 20 feet mark, I'll just zap him.
All right. So, it is his turn. Excuse me. He walks over to Lily, or Lily's in his melee range. Oh my goodness, I shouldn't have ate onions. Either way. So he's in front of Lily, and I don't know if it was before, but the shadow creature, stereotypical glowing white eyes and the crescent moon smile, indicating that whatever outside force is controlling these shadow creatures has now taken direct control of this creature, appears on its face, and it just sort of looks at Lily and says, "Seems as though there's a problem here I can fix." And he just sort of points at her, and she just screams loudly. No saving throw, unfortunately. And you see little magical wisps coming through the air towards her. You can attempt to identify this with some sort of Arcana check.
I'm guessing Explo can see this.
Yeah.
You cannot see this, unfortunately, because you are... Well, Explo cannot, because he is outside.
No problem.
Man, I'm rolling like shit.
You would have had to know on a 1.
You would have had to have rolled at disadvantage, so roll again. See if you get lower.
What?
Okay, still a 1.
How can you have a -1 when your spell... What?
This is Lily.
Oh.
Oh, yes. Well, if it's Lily, then yeah. She has no idea what's going on.
has a +9.
Especially because she's in tremendous pain. However, Howler, with your newfound magical ability, well, abilities, you've been studying up slightly on certain things, and you know that Lily has been having memory problems ever since she joined. And it seems as though he is just giving her memories back somehow.
Okay.
So that's...
However, it's causing her extreme pain, and As these wisps enter her head, she falls to the ground, appearing to be unconscious.
Oh, that's at the same time a good and a bad thing.
I'll just stay in my small book house
Fort?
and just book for it, and I will take one of the larger books and put it in where my window was.
Okay, so you witnessed that happen, so you have a feeling that you know what just happened. However, in this moment, you might not be able to share it with anybody. And I'll say that Lucius, the reason why he doesn't identify it so badly is because he's focusing on preparing his spell. However,
That makes sense.
as he does that, he does move closer to one of the other party members, which gets him just within range for your spell.
Excellent.
Alright, so he needs to make a charisma. Oof.
DC 17.
Well, it's well, that's handy.
However, it's one of his better stats, other than no, it's one of his lower, but it's still higher than his lowest stats. He has a +3 in that. However, he nat ones it, so he just sort of is approaching one of your companions and gone. However, as that happens, 3 more things reveal themselves.
Oh, radish.
I'm gonna put my page saver in there so that way I can turn back to him if he's needed again. Though I have a feeling he might not be, depending on how hurt your mage friend gets before the banish spell activates fully. Because he is from a different plane of existence, so he'll be stuck there. At least for a little while, as he tries to find his way back or do something. I think I went past it.
Oh god.
As I was talking. Okay, so yeah, it is just before. Okay, here we go. You see what looks like some of the flames just sort of move towards your companions as they are standing out in the open. Well, some of them. Some of your companions are standing out in the open. And behind you, Lucius, you feel heat suddenly begin emanating from behind you as one of the doors bursts open, and you see some sort of animate flame behind you, perhaps? It seems to be moving closer to you than a flame should normally act. So, I need, Edo-san. I need, I guess, Edo-san and, I need both of you to see if you get hit by these attacks, I guess.
And the bracelets that I have, or the anklets, they only give me a +15 speed. They don't help me with any dex rolls or anything like that, right?
They just increase your movement speed.
I need to make it. Oh, dex save.
Have you even have time to what's it called again? Attune to them?
Yeah.
Yes, he has.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. I'm moving at a 45 right now.
They try to move into your space, but you manage to move out of that space before they move into it. However, they still get attacks on you. Because they get multi-attack, as well as if they move into your space, they deal damage as well. So, where is it? Technically, Edosan needed to make 2. So.
Oh.
My AC is 15 currently.
Ouch!
Alright, so you dodge out of the way of one as it just sort of animates into your spot. And then you move into a spot where the other one just dashed into. However, they still get to hit you. So
It's gonna hurt.
It's considered if they move into your space. You take 1d10 automatically. So you take 8 damage as it moves into your space.
Okay, I'm gonna just keep it at the back so that I can instantly remove the amount of hit points I just lost.
Okay, and they get to attack twice with their both flaming hands. Have a, what was it? +6 to hit. So, Edosan, you're taking 4 because your other companion is currently hidden. So, it has no other targets.
Oh, fuck.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You
So
have a
does
high armor
17
class, or?
Yeah, I have a 17. They all nearly hit except one. Oh boy.
Okay. And I'll roll 2 for Lucius.
Because my Shield of Faith is not
1,
active
2.
anymore. Hooray.
So does a 9 hit Lucius?
No. My AC
Okay.
currently is 15.
Alright, so 21 hits you. So, I'm going to roll damage for the first 3, which are located on our Edosan. Each one does 2d6 plus 3.
Oh boy. And at times, so 3 times I've been hit 3 times. Oh boy.
1, 2, 3, 13, 12, and 8.
12 plus 13. 41 damage. Holy moly.
And Lucius takes 1, so 10. And you need to make a Constitution saving throw for your concentration check.
Alright, so I took 10, you said?
Yep.
Whatever that noise is. 10 is your DC. So you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
So I took how much damage? Sorry.
10.
Fire.
You took 10 damage.
Alright, so 50, and then...
And then you need to make a con save. Alright.
Makes.
Your banishment spell is still held in place. As you are all of a sudden caught on fire by this creature. As it touches you, you get caught on fire, unfortunately.
Everything is fine.
Everything
Yeah,
is
you're
not fine.
You're that dog from that cartoon meme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alright, Lily is unconscious. Edo-san, you are considered on fire. And you
Oh hell
fail.
no, I'm not. Just grab my ticket of endless water and just yell at the top of my lungs.
However, it is at until a creature takes an action to douse the fire. The target takes 5d10 at the start of its turn.
What?
No, not 5d10.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
1d10.
It's a d10, but it said 5 next to it, so I got confused.
Average 5, yeah.
Yes.
I just want to say, holy hell!
It's
You
not
take
the-
9 damage, because you are currently on fire.
I just grabbed my ticket of endless water and yelled, Geyser! Just spraying all around me.
Okay.
How many gallons of water can you make with Geyser?
I can make 30
It's
gallons
endless.
of water.
30 gallons.
In one turn?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if 30 gallons of water go through both of those.
Yes. For every gallon of water splashed on it, it takes 1 cold damage. So you dealt 30 damage to both of them. Isn't that neat?
Yeah, I walk out of it and just try to douse my. Well, I just walk out of it and try to douse myself also with the water that I'm just shooting around because I want to be extinguished and not dead.
Tuck and roll.
Well, they each take 30. So that's a start. However, they still have health left, and they're not bloodied yet.
Action, so that I have finally a very nice amount of defense again. Bloody hell.
Alright, so you are currently considered not on fire. However, you have a feeling if they touch you or if they get in your space, you will be considered on fire again.
I'm gonna be a very risky coward and run.
Alright, which direction are you running?
The hallway.
Okay, you're running out into the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
You get into the hallway. Now what? You have like 15 feet worth of movement left. There's a staircase.
I just moved all the way down the hallway as far as possible from these guys.
I'm trying to describe that you have multiple different ways that you can go.
Oh boy.
So you can go up the stairway. You can go into the other room. Or you can hide under the stairs. Or you can go outside of the building. So you have 4 choices. There's another room that looks like a library that's on the other side of the building.
I am going upstairs.
Okay, so you start running up the steps. Perfect. So you are up the stairway away from them. So they have to go up the stairs to get you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If I'm a deacon of endless water, I have a weapon against them.
Yes, this
The
is
question is, how long do I stay alive?
This is one of the situations where that is the most useful. However, it is now Howler's turn.
Oh, wait. I totally forgot. They need to make a DC 13 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
They're probably immune to prone. I mean, they don't have legs, first.
They are immune to the prone condition.
Okay.
So the water splashes on them. However, they just seem more angry than they were before.
Okay.
Well, you did damage, but they seem angry now because they're hurt. So I'm gonna describe what Howler saw. You just saw Edo-san get mobbed by flames, and he just sort of panicked and sprayed water all over the place and ran away. And the flames appear to be watching him as he runs away.
Okay.
Like, it almost appears as if the flames have, like, a little section that appears to be a face. And they're just sort of, like, looking towards him.
So I'm aware of those, but I'm also aware of the caster that's burning above me, and that he made the bad guy disappear. And I want him to be disappeared. So I'm gonna
you hear Lucius screaming because he's on fire. Well, he's not screaming, but he's like in pain. You can hear his pain.
So I will try to not get the attention of those two behind me and jump up the bookshelves to reach Lucian. So.
Okay, roll an athletics check, and I want to remind Lucius, this is fire damage, so I don't know if your character has resistance or not, but
I do.
You're keeping that factored in, I hope.
So how much of this? So I have resistance to fire, which halves it, so that 50 would only be 5. So I'm at 55.
Yeah, and acrobatics, not athletics, right?
Yes, acrobatics. I said the wrong word. Sorry.
19.
Alright, you managed to jump onto the bookshelf. However, From the vantage point you had before, this is kind of like a quick fight, so you're just sort of like hearing that and then jumping up really quickly. Roll another d20, see if you touch any fire.
I
You
can
touch
roll
some
that.
fire.
No.
Okay, you can use your luck. You can use your luck on that.
It's not a luck, it's a halfling ability.
Oh, yes. If you get a natural 1, you can reroll. That's a halfling ability.
That's at least better.
Okay. You're not considered on fire
Okay.
because you rerolled, but you still take a little bit of damage, which is a d10. You take 3. As you jump on top of the bookshelf, you manage to climb onto the bottom of the balcony and pull yourself up to the railing, and you see that he is currently in melee range with this thing that appears to be a living flame. It has a face, and it has two thin but long tendrils of flame coming out from it, and it's sort of just touching him, and he's sort of just like, ugh. Like he's a tiefling, but he still doesn't want to be caught on fire. It's still bad. And he sort of...
I will just sneak up behind the fire elemental, and I will whisper to it, "You're not even that hot."
Okay. And 28 does hit it.
That's I would say that's 36 psychic damage.
Yeah, that's giving a fire elemental a cold shoulder.
But
okay. You said
But yeah,
36?
I got the switch machines as well, so I'll be right back.
Okay, this one was undamaged, so you dealt 36 damage to it. And I think you still have another attack with your bonus action.
Yeah, I haven't used my bonus action. That's right. But I did. So 31.
31 hits it.
Or 29 actually, because I'm not hidden anymore. I attacked it. So yeah, 8 damage.
Okay. So 29 plus 8.
No, it was 36 plus 8.
Okay, so it is still 36 plus 8.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
The 29 was to hit.
Oh, 29 was to hit. Oh, okay. I got confused.
It happens.
So, you dealt quite a bit of damage to it. However, it is still not considered bloodied yet.
Yeah.
Based on its hit point maximum.
I got the attention.
Sorry?
Yeah, hopefully I got the attention by dealing damage to it, but we'll see.
Sure. We'll see when it gets to their turn. So, Explo.
Oh, Matt.
Yes?
I should have... would it have mattered when I cast that banishment spell when I was holding the light orb? Because when we get in combat, I always pull that thing out.
Let me think. So you were holding... You're saying that you're trying to caveat that you were holding the light orb as you were casting?
Well, no. Yeah, every time that we go into combat now, my guy's always pulling the light orb out because he knows that it influences and increases the efficiency of spells.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to have to say that since it wasn't specified that the other things didn't get banished. It would have banished the one behind you, but not the other ones. But
all right.
Unfortunately. The thing is still behind you.
All
right. I'll blame the doorway and the wall getting in the way.
All right, and let's just establish from now on, though, that whenever we get into combat, he does pull out the light orb.
Yes. Okay, sure. I mean, everybody else just basically ignored the light orb for the most part, so...
I'm not the caster, you know? What am I going to do? Talk to it?
Either way, it is
Explo hasn't even hold the thing in his hands yet.
They don't want you to touch it. I don't know.
I'm honestly never going to give it to you, so...
Alright,
It would make for good shrapnel in a bomb.
That's what I'm thinking. Is that you're just going to look at it and go like, "Ooh, this is a good bomb making part."
Mhm.
It
This
just
will make
shatters
pretty
into
noises.
1,000 pieces, and your only hope for defeating the shadow is destroyed.
Whee!
It was a nice explosion, lots of light.
Lots of light, lots of pretty colors. Does Explo hear Lily scream? Or any of the others, for that matter?
I'll say make a perception check.
My perception is now +5 because I'm wearing a beautiful tiara.
Ooh,
24.
sexy.
Oh, you rolled a 24. Oh, great. Yeah, you hear now. Now you hear that they're all screaming. As in, they're being attacked. Well, there's not all screaming. I'll say that some of them are tough enough to hold in the screams, but you hear, like, pained noises, the sounds of being hit. You definitely hear Erosan going, like, "Yow!" and you hear water splashing everywhere.
Okay, so Explo is gonna make Saliva stand up, and he's gonna get on top of her and ride her into battle. Avast, Saliva! To the library!
No.
Well, it wanted to go in that direction anyway, because it was being called earlier. You just told it to stop and it listened to you. So it's gonna go in there if you let it go.
No, I'm riding it. I'm riding it.
I mean, you're letting it go in there, as in you're not preventing it from going.
And my bear is following.
Okay, your bear, if it could feel jealousy, it would in this moment. Because you found a new companion. However, that part has been removed, you callous freak.
It's better that way.
However, you start riding in. Here's what you see as soon as you enter the doorway, which it sort of breaks as the door enters. It sort of just breaks the door off its hinges. And it's just sort of looking around happily, and it sees, and so do you, Erosan walking up the stairwell, holding what looks like a flask or something in his hand. And he's sort of just pointing it down the stairwell as you see flames that have faces on them sort of steadily starting to creep into this room looking for him. So that's the first thing you immediately see.
So I see the fire creatures?
Yes, you see what looks like flames with faces in them, and they're sort of acting like faces would and looking around and trying to perceive things. So you have a feeling this isn't natural fire.
Time to try out my new firebolt spell. Okay, I'm gonna try to just look, Saliva, doggy treats, eat, grow strong, and I just point at the things.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to make an animal handling check because this creature considers the other creatures allies.
Oh. It's gotta have to be pretty high, isn't it?
Yes.
Almighty script gods.
I believe in you, bro.
For the love of God. Luck!
Okay.
That's gonna be my last luck point.
Left.
That's my last one.
So that's
Come on, script gods. Don't be dicks. Thank you, script gods.
Ooh.
Alright, the dog seems confused as to why you want it to attack its allies. However, it does comply. It's gonna roll. I'm gonna try to just use a regular attack. However, it's not gonna be flame elemented because it's gonna try to bite them instead of lick them, which is its basic attack, is licking. So Alright, it hits the creature. But unfortunately, it can only hit one of them at a time. So, it attacks, and it hits the creature. 4. 23 damage. And by the way, this is just the fire damage it would have dealt to you if it would have ever hit you. Converted to piercing damage because it's biting. So, I'm just going to take one of the ones that had 30 because that's how much damage he did. Plus 23. Alright. It is considered bloodied. One of them is.
Grenade. Dexterity saving throw.
Alright. Dex save. For both of them? I guess. Is it like a... What's the range? Like,
5.
when it blows up, is it 5 feet?
5
Okay.
feet.
Yes, they are close enough. Because they were moving in tandem to find the creature that was escaping. Because that's what they were tasked to do. Okay. Okay. Dexterity. They have +3. 1. Cool. Alright. 18 saves. Does
18
he
saves.
take no damage?
He takes no damage.
Okay, great. But the other one takes 20 damage. And you hit the one that was bloodied, so you're dealing more damage to that one. Cool. Lucius, at the beginning of your turn.
My bear.
Oh, yes, your bear.
Bite and claw.
Claw misses, bite hits. And I assume you're attacking the one that's more damaged.
The one that's not. Yeah, the one that's almost dead. Or
Okay.
bloody.
Yes, go ahead. Roll your bite, because the bite hits. The claw.
I think it's 12. I'm not sure. Did it do a thing? Yeah, 10 piercing damage.
Yes. Alright, it is not looking good. It's sort of flickering and seems weak. Now it's Lucius's turn.
Alright.
And you were considered on fire. So you take 1 damage, which procs your concentration check.
Actually, my fire resistance would make it negligible, wouldn't it?
Oh, yes, it would make it 0. Okay, that's fine. Then you take no damage. It appears the flames around you are not hurting you enough to
would you
cause
say
you damage.
that the fire around me would constitute that of a campfire?
I would say that it is bigger than a campfire.
It's
Why?
bigger?
Yes.
Because prestidigitation.
Oh.
Prestidigitation can take out a fire the size of a campfire.
Yeah, it is bigger than a campfire, unfortunately.
So, stop, drop, and roll then?
If you wish to stop being aflame, then
Yeah,
you
I
will
don't
have
want
to
to be on
take.
fire.
You would have to take an action to put yourself out.
How about moving up next to Geo, who has a geyser shooting out of the thing and just like running through?
You would have to walk back into the hallway and go to the stairwell, which would take your movement.
Plus, you would have to do a dex save to not get knocked prone.
Yeah, after he sprays it.
And you'd get attack of opportunity, so it's probably not the best.
Yeah, you'd have to run back.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
This isn't a forest fire, but okay.
Only you can prevent library fires, then.
How close are any of the other fire elementals?
They are in another room. You cannot see them. Because basically, here's the layout. There's doors downstairs, and your other companions went through those doors to enter the room where Hosmish was. You went up the stairs, so you went like this way, and then turned, and then went this way, and you had to go to a doorway, and you went through the doorway, and it led to the same room. You're just on an upper balcony, which traces the entire way around the top edge of the below room.
Okay. So if I cast a spell that doesn't require concentration, am I still able to keep up the banishment?
As long as you do not replace your concentration, then you can do whatever you want. As long as it's possible for your character to do. Like, you can't cast druid spells, is what I mean.
Correct.
So you can cast any spell that you have.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to see what I got.
And do wizards have to prepare a certain amount of spells?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking at what I have prepared, and like I have a lot of concentration spells that would be useful right now, but that would be bad in the long run.
Yeah, you can only be concentrating on one thing at a time, unfortunately.
I'm going to just use my 45.
What if you're a female character?
Stop it. I'm going to use my 45 movement, and I'm going to disengage from this one.
Okay. Disengage takes your action, just so you're aware.
No, I know. So I want to disengage from that 5 feet away from it, and yeah.
If you have a bonus action spell, you can use that.
No, nothing that's going to work right now or help.
Alright. So you're just flaming and you moved 5 feet away. Anything else?
Well, no, I mean, there's no way I can be patting myself, like, out, right?
Yeah, unfortunately you use disengage for your action, and it's an action to put yourself out.
Yeah.
So you just have a bonus action and some movement left.
Just get away from the thing.
Okay, so moving more than 5 feet?
Yeah.
Alright, how far back do you want to go?
As far as my movement will allow me.
Okay, so you can move 20 feet to the door, and since the door is open because you opened it, you can move through the door and into the stairwell, if you wish.
And I'll move down towards Geo.
Alright, so you're standing in the stairwell on fire, though, Edo-san, you see him and he's on fire. However, he's not panicking like you were.
I am going to yell out, if you can help me out.
Yes.
He's not here.
I know, but the DM is, and he might be able to make a ruling as long as I say something.
Unfortunately, he cannot act until his turn.
No, I know, but he goes before I do, so...
Yes, I'll let him know what happens. Oh, I didn't realize he wasn't here. Oh, yeah. So, my description of what he sees was pointless. So,
Well, it was a lot of fun for us.
Okay, so I'll describe it when he gets back, and hopefully he gets back before it's his turn, which is after the enemy's turn, which
is also highly unlikely.
That's why I was telling you, you can make a judgment call.
Yes, if he's not back. Okay, so luckily for Edo-san, another target has walked into the building. A giant dog that seems to be
three new targets.
Well, yes, but I'm considering them one for now. So, First one's going to attack the dog because suddenly the dog is attacking them, which they were programmed to see it as an ally, but since it's attacking them, the self-defense mechanism overrides that, so they're going to attack the dog.
Good.
So, they have a +6, that's right. +6. Boink. Boink. Okay, the dog gets hit by that 25. However, it is immune to fire damage.
You fools!
However, the dog is considered fire. It doesn't fight this. However, anything riding this creature is now very close to being on fire. I'll say that you have a chance to get away. I'm gonna be fair. You're not considered on fire yet.
If I disguise myself as a campfire, am I immune to fires?
It depends on what spell you're using.
Disguise self.
If you're using disguise self, you would look like a campfire, however, you would still catch on fire and get hurt. Is how I would rule that. So you would appear as a campfire, but it would still catch the real you on fire and you would get hurt. Because it's technically just an illusion. If you were to somehow true polymorph into a campfire or something like that, then it wouldn't hurt you. But then you'd be a campfire and be unable to do anything.
Well, if people steps in me, they'll have a bad time.
Perhaps, but you wouldn't be able to move, you wouldn't be able to act. And it would be bad unless if the spell somehow changed. And you... Because if you true polymorphed into a campfire, you would be a campfire. So then you would be dead. However, it is now Lily's turn, and Lily is like, because she's unconscious. Yes, it is now Edison's turn. I'm going to say that he's just going to run away because that's the kind of character he is. And he's going to see that one of his companions is on fire, and he's going to help his companion instead of attacking the enemy, is what I'm going to say.
I thought he was running away. I was about to go like, really?
Well, he was running away from the enemies, but he's running towards you as a result. So
I appreciate that.
It's just a stroke of luck. Don't worry about it.
I'll roll that dexterity to see if I fall.
It is strength, technically, unfortunately. Oh. And you waste your natural 20 on that. And you got another one! So you manage to stay standing as this... It's basically like a vortex of water just comes shooting out of his decanter.
Does it hit fire elemental too behind them?
However, the fire elemental is on the lower floor, so...
No, on the upper floor.
The one that's behind me. That was on my floor.
Unfortunately, that is in another room, so it cannot hit it. Even with the angles of trying to get it through the door, unfortunately, he only sprays you, and
that's fine.
Douses the flames on you, which is something you wanted. However, you are now wet, and you got sprayed in the face so violently that if your spellbook wasn't magical, you might have feared it was ruined.
It's also in my bag of holding, so...
Yes. But...
Honestly, my character has a look of utter surprise on his face that he stood his ground and didn't get knocked over.
Yes, you just managed to.
Huh? Huh?
You are now, like, 30 times colder than when you entered the building, so...
I'm gonna warm up, there's a fire nearby.
Yeah, those good old book burnings, at least they're good for something. Either way...
Adolf would be proud.
It is now Howler's turn.
Okay.
You are now Oh wait, the fire elemental forgot to attack you.
No, then what are you talking
Oh,
about?
that's too bad.
Okay, do those hit you?
Um,
25
yeah,
and 22. I mean,
they do.
it's close to the line, but unfortunately, I think they hit you. So you are going to be considered on fire, and it's going to hit you for 2d6.
How bad beaten up am I?
Oh, you died. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh, and
doubt
by the
that.
way, Saliva is now in the library.
You had to let the dog in, didn't you?
Oh, I rode her the thing. I'm gonna call it her.
Technically, it is genderless because it is an elemental, but you can call it whatever.
I
you want.
rode the quadcopter or whatever.
Did you ask it to pop up a leg?
No.
Oh,
Just attack.
technically, he did examine it when it flipped onto its belly. So
All
he
right,
saw
then.
no failure.
You know what's up. You know what's up.
It is a non-gender thingy.
Yeah.
That's not possible.
Technically, these creatures cannot reproduce in the way that normal creatures would. They're considered elementals, so they're born from nature. So that's unfortunately the way that it works. So
No
wow.
Bart, your negatives here.
I'm gonna reduce one of those.
Yes, you can. However, you are still considered on fire, unfortunately. Just because they touch you, they catch you on fire.
I have a good idea. Put yourself out by doing the gold thing on top of yourself. That'll surely extinguish the fire.
It
And
would,
yourself.
but it may also kill him. Okay, and at the beginning of your turn, you take 4 damage.
Yes.
From being on fire. And before that, since he is back, I'll tell him what he missed. Your character, here's what happened from your character's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You were running away from the fire elementals, and you see the dog thing that was chasing you guys bound in the doorway, as apparently Explo has found a way to ride it. The dog creature seemed anxious for a second and then decided to attack the fire elementals. So you took that opportunity to run up the stairway. However, as you were running up the stairway, out comes Lucius. He is set aflame, and I decided to take your turn to put him out. So you use Geyser on him to put him out.
Yeah, I can basically snipe a shot with this thing.
So, and he managed to stand firm against the geyser. He managed to not get knocked back. And he was actually kind of surprised by this. So, that's what happened while you were gone, that your character would know. Okay, so, Howler, what are you doing?
Okay. So is the creature like, does it look bloodied but fire?
Your creature does not. No,
Okay.
wait.
I think you actually said that I was considered bloodied after he attacked him.
So that was 30 plus 29 plus 30, or is that a different one? Yes, I think that's the one. No, wait. Yes. Sorry, these calculators don't have names on them. Okay, yes, it is bloodied.
In that case, I will not run away. I will attack it. 23 and 18.
I'll double check. 18 hits.
I have to go in about 5 minutes or so to get M off the bus.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah. Anything you wanna? Yeah, you can take your turn before you leave, probably. So.
18. Yeah, we'll skip Explo so that way we can We can go back to
enough time.
We'll
we should have enough time.
We
should have enough time.
Oh, okay. So 8 plus 8, 9? 8 plus 9?
Yeah.
17.
Okay. It's still up. Alright, Explo. Do your 10,000 things that you want to do.
And I'm gonna do them slowly. Well, Saliva is catching on fire, so I'm gonna jump down on top of my bear. And I'm gonna smack that piece of shit with an acid grenade.
Okay. And it can still hit both of them because they're still within range of each other. So, 2 dexterity saving throws, which is plus 3. 1, 2. One of them saves.
Again.
The one that had the more damage, unfortunately. Plus 18. Okay. It's hurt, but... And you're attacking the one that has more damage on it first?
Yeah, bite first and then claws after. So if it dies...
Yeah.
From
I know
13 damage...
Plus 13... Yes, that one just fizzles out and just sort of embers float into the air.
Okay, so then it's gonna punch the guy that I've been hitting with acid grenades. 14 slashing.
Alright, it is hurt.
And as I'm doing this, I'm gonna go, you're such a good quadcopter thing, Saliva. Get the other one! Go fetch!
He's going to attack it. Pretty sure he had a plus 6. And that hits. He was the one who attacked with d12s. So he deals 17 damage with his bite.
Wait, how the hell does Explo know what a quadcopter is?
Just one of those random things he screams out, bro.
Genders. Fucking asshole.
Quadcopters are not in that universe, my friend.
No, it's a gender.
It's still a gender.
But still, quadcopter.
Either way, it doesn't matter. Lucius.
Alright,
Trying not to get demonetized in 2015. Or is it 2019?
Which means just sitting completely still and staring at the camera.
Wait, no. The icon
I'm
could
trying to figure out what
offend someone.
There's some of the fire elementals coming up the stairs, right?
They are not coming up the stairs because they got distracted by that weird dog-like creature that was chasing you guys.
Don't call Saliva weird.
But there's one behind me that's coming at me, right?
No, I'm fighting a dog. But you got the damage.
Howler is attacking it, and it seems like it doesn't like him very much.
Cool. I will lightning bolt that one.
Alright.
You sure you don't want to use Firebolt?
Yes, I'm sure I don't want to use Firebolt or Fireball. Nothing with fire in it at all. If my cone of cone of cold was up, I would be using that right now.
It rolled a 22.
Fuck you.
That takes off.
Fuck you. Alright. So you take 8d6. Half of 8d6. So 14.
This one is still up, but heavily damaged. It's barely holding on to itself.
It's still kicking.
Alright. So it is their turn.
Alright, I'll see you guys in a minute.
Alrighty. Howler.
Yes.
Say hi to Satan for me.
1, 2. Those miss you. Yeah, this time you're prepared for how it attacks, and you're managing to do those weird flips and dodges that acrobatic people do. So you're sort of like flipping sideways through the air and landing back on your feet and that sort of thing.
I like better just the things acrobatic people do.
He's flippity-floppeting through the air.
Or flippity-floppeting, that works.
Yeah,
That's
he's just
much
magic.
better.
He's just a magic carp using splash through the air.
Making a bunch of whale noises.
If it were in slow motion, it would be an art piece.
And
yes.
if anybody else but the enemy saw it, it would also be kind of cool, but nobody is there, so.
It would be YouTube worthy for sure.
Yes.
However, no one else sees it, so.
Flippity-floppeting.
Okay, so this is against the dog. However, the dog doesn't matter. It's immune to fire. So Lily, laying on the floor, unconscious.
Drooling.
Actually, I'm gonna roll something. Make this situation even worse.
To see if the fire is catching up to her?
Luckily, she doesn't get as hurt as she could have. She takes 3 damage. Fire begins to slowly approach her from a different direction. Alright, Adosan, you see that Howler is being attacked by a fire elemental far away from you.
I'm to snipe with my brilliant Deacon of Water for a guaranteed 30 points of damage.
Don't hit me too, I'm on fire.
Okay, I'm gonna hit him with Geyser.
He's in a different room.
Stream. Okay.
Oh, I assumed he walked up to the doorway.
Yeah. So get to the
He's
doorway.
within range to walk up to the doorway.
Yeah, so just pick out my Deacon, aim it, and say Geyser.
Alright, it's gonna hit both of them. So, 30 damage? That's actually not that bad for damage.
I can also choose knock prone.
Oh, the fire elemental is gone.
Okay, but I'm checking something. 30 gallons, 30 feet, 1 foot. Oh yeah, for the other creatures is 1d4. On success, it must succeed in the same, or take 1d4 bludgeoning damage and fall prone. So yeah, you take no damage. Oh, you do take 1d4 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that they took damage if they fell down.
Yeah, that's a 1.
Well, it usually hurts a lot when you suddenly just fall.
Well, yes, but I didn't know that it actually did that.
Hurt when you fall on your face?
However, Howler isn't on fire anymore, so that's a good thing. Which he would have had to have taken a d10 at the beginning of his turn. So you saved him a possible 9 extra damage.
Doused in water, Howler will look back and say, "What was that for? I had it completely under control."
Do you want me to invent a device that can turn back time and see if that's true?
Well, it would be quite handy to have, so go ahead.
He's just gonna steal it from you if you do. Probably.
I mean, if he could turn back time, he would just stop the shadow from existing somehow. Actually, he saw the shadow's origin story.
Yes, I know where it came from.
So he knows how to stop it. And then he would be a hero, and that would be better than Grand Admiral.
Why hasn't he told us this at all?
Well, you haven't been asking, and the only time you talk to him, it's like, you bad, stop, bad.
Yeah, he's not going to tell you.
No. I did ask in the very beginning how we could stop this shadow thing, Bob.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you got, I don't know who you spoke to.
I think you.
Well, in that case...
he wouldn't know how to stop it. He just knows its origin story.
Well, in that case, I would have told you, just stick around with me and I'll show you.
Well, I know the origin place.
No,
he could tell you that if you wanted to ask him about it, if he knows
I'll
it.
say you'll have to ask me if I'm to tell you, because you don't know at the moment.
However, there's still one enemy, and there's an enemy on a different plane of existence. So, Howler.
Yes.
Are you doing anything on this turn?
Up from being prone.
Mm-hmm.
And I will... looks like the last fire elemental is getting dealt with, so I will look around. Is there anything I can quickly scavenge, like that looks valuable, looks magical?
Make an investigation check of your immediate area, and then you can see what you see based on what you roll.
I will say one thing. Judging.
I will use luck because I like loot. So I will 24.
Yeah, that's a lot better. You see the room where the fire elemental came from? You see something sparkling in the flames. However, there is basically the equivalent of a wall of flames in front of it. You also see that there appear to be some books down on the shelves below that appear not to be burning, so those might be useful.
Okay.
But that's what you immediately see on your turn.
Okay, so I'll jump down and grab a collection of those books and shove it in my bag of holding.
Alright, you get 2 of them before your turn ends.
And I will bonus action dash towards the other place. What's there?
Okay. Depends on what you wanted to do. There were more than 2 books down below that appeared not to be burning.
Okay.
So if you want those books, you can get those books, but if you want to go back and get whatever's in that upper room, you can try to do that as well.
Oh, it was the room upstairs.
Yeah, there's a room upstairs that has a shiny thing with a wall of fire in front of it.
Of course I'm going for the shiny things. So how far away is the shiny things?
You can get there within a single movement. However, there is a wall of fire in your way.
Let me see. I will pull out one of my healing potions as I run through the fire.
Okay. You immediately take...
Let's see.
9 damage. And you are considered on fire, so at the beginning of your next turn, you will take 1d10 damage.
Okay, so that was my movement, and I'm through the fire, right?
Yes, you're on the other side.
And for my action, I can put out the fire.
If you wish, yes.
And yeah, I will just... Am I bloodied? Technically, I'm not bloodied yet, so I'm not going to drink the potion. In that case, I will just use my bonus action to dash and start gathering whatever I find.
Okay, I'll say that you start moving like burnt ashes off of the shiny thing. It appears to be much larger than you initially thought. However, there's still ashes on your turn that are in the way, preventing you from identifying the item immediately. Yes. So you're in the process.
That'll be my turn.
It's gonna be a big bronze statue of something.
Oh, and I'll just shout out to Geo or to our son. You should probably get Lily. I think she's in a bit of a... She's having a bad time. Also, that's
All right.
Let's Expo hear you shouting this.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say that you can hear him since you're in the building, but it's sort of muffled because there's walls in the way, so you hear him. But he sounds far away. However, you do still currently have an enemy in front of you.
Well, my bear and my cutely dog has an enemy. Damn it. Exited my character sheet. God damn it.
That's how Expo died. He just exited his character sheet.
Yeah.
In there.
It's not
Yeah,
Expo anymore. It's Papa Expo to you, young man.
His player exited his character sheet, causing him to have an immediate heart attack and die.
Yeah. At only 17 years old.
That's really young for a gnome.
I know, right?
No wonder you're so easily manipulated by the criminal element.
Wee! I'm cool because I'm a criminal. Explode starts shouting out, "Where is Lily?"
Lily is down there on the ground, passed out. As Elson is walking over, like, Lily, wakey, wakey.
What? She's
Well,
that close
it's
to
not
us?
your turn yet.
Oh,
So Edosan cannot do that.
She's that close to us?
she's literally
in
on
the
the
room.
ground floor.
She's from you. She's literally like 100 feet away from you. Because she ran into the room to attack the guy, and the guy just did something to her.
Okay. Can I see her from where I'm standing?
You see a bunch of flames in the room. Unfortunately, you cannot see her location because she is currently being surrounded by flames.
So I can't see where Lily is.
No.
You have to move closer.
They assure you she's in that room.
Or are we lying? Just trapping you in the fire.
Hoping my bag of holding will survive and just taking it. Well, I'm gonna acid grenade the shit out of the piece of shit in front of me.
Alright. That is a useful thing to do, because even fire elementals can eventually learn that their attacks are doing no damage. Okay. So it needs to make a +3 on a d20 and not a d10.
That's 21 damage. Is it
21 damages. Yes, it is just barely. It has 2 HP.
Saliva! Finish it off.
Okay, you're going that route.
Yep.
It has a +6 to hit.
So you're killing a fire elemental with fire.
Nope.
No, he's killing a fire elemental with a volcano beast elemental.
Which is technically fire?
It's also made of stone, however, and the stone causes piercing damage, which can hurt it. Because it's using its bite attack, rather than its lick attack. So, 23 hits it. It's dead. It rolls 3 dice, plus stuff, so it's gone.
Explo is going to command his bear to dash towards the area where Lily was last seen.
Okay. The bear has how much movement?
40 plus 40, which is 80.
Okay. As you move 60 feet, I'm going to need both you and the bear to make a dexterity saving throw. The bear cannot be caught on fire, but it can still be hurt by fire damage.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to range check on that because I had to restart the roll 20 because my
blow up your computer.
I have to blow up my computer. There we go. I had to get my character sheet again. Get the bear.
Just make a YouTube channel and then just film yourself blowing up the computer, and you'll have enough money to buy a new one.
Yes. It's the perfect plan. So, dexterity saving throws? Or gone?
Sorry?
What saving throw?
Dexterity.
Why always with the dexterity? Why never intelligence or constitution? Or wisdom, for that matter?
Well, when you're dodging flames, unfortunately, your mind has very little to do with that. Like, should I dodge or shouldn't I? You just do. If you manage to, you do, and if you don't, you don't. And you don't.
To dodge or not to dodge? That is thy question. So it's an 11 for me and an 8 for my burr.
So you both take 8 damage. However, the bear's not on fire, but you are.
Hey, that's not nice.
And you see Lily, and she is surrounded. You are currently in the middle of a circle that's you're about 20 feet away still, but there's like a circle of flame that is encroaching on her, and it's currently almost enveloping her unconscious body, which, if you take too much longer, it might be a bad situation.
Using my alchemy jug, is that an action or a bonus action?
It should say on the item.
I have no idea. Geo? Alchemy jug is an artificer thing. And you know artificer things.
He's just sort of blankly staring at the screen.
Alchemy jug. Let me check. I think it's an action to create something, but I can look it up.
It's probably an action, but there's a chance that it's not. So I'm giving you a chance.
Use an action and name one liquid.
Okay. Which means I will have to wait for my turn. Or are we out of initiative since everything else is dead?
Tim's trying to get back in.
He should be using the same link to get back in. Hold on, let me just throw him.
Well, I sent it to him through his email.
Hold on, let me just repost it here.
But he's acting as if I need to call him, which I don't know how to do.
But are we still in initiative, or?
No, you are no longer in initiative. However, Lily takes 4 more as fire is crawling up her body. Explo, as you try to rescue her, you take 2 fire damage because you are also on fire.
Yay. My bear would eventually be able to get up to her with the movement speed, and I will stand over her and put up my alchemy jug and just say, "Water, god damn it!" and just pour it over myself and her.
Alright.
That's 100. Wait, how much does an alchemy jug create?
I think it's 1 gallon. I think that's like, it depends on what I make. I can make like acids and shit, but it's like really small amounts of acid. But if it's a common liquid, it makes, I think it's 1 or 10 gallons. I don't remember.
Let's see. Wow. No. Depending on the water, you make either 8 gallons of fresh water or 12 gallons of salt water.
Well, then let's make some salt water then, because that doesn't matter which type it is.
Alright. You both smell very briny, and she is still unconscious. However, you are both no longer on fire.
Yeah. I command my bear to lift her up on the back of it, and I will also get on my bear, and I will douse all of us in continuous salt water while my bear is running. Get us out of here.
All right. And I'll say that the water sufficiently doused the place where you were before. And you don't have to dodge that fire. So you manage to get to the exit. Now we will switch back to Howler because Howler was in the middle of digging something up,
But as I'm at the exit, I will start to come here, Saliva.
All right, make an animal handling check.
Fuck.
See what happens.
Yes.
All right, it just sort of perks up and its tongue lazily just and spittle, which is lava, just sort of dripping out of its mouth as it looks towards you expectantly. Do you want it to come with you, or do you want it to do something else?
Well, call the door to me. I'm outside.
Okay, it walks towards you as you walk outside.
Admiral.
Yes, I will open my loot box.
You have to pay $4 before you do that. You have to pay $4 before you do that.
Okay, I need to send it to him again.
And again. And again.
Yeah, because I'm trying it here as well with my own phone just to see what's going wrong.
There we go.
There he is.
There she blows.
And he's very dangerously attempting to do this while he's driving.
I thought this was going to... Well, it's not dangerous. I'm very good at driving. No, I just thought this was actually going to take a lot longer to, like, solve. So I was going to run an errand and drop off my red box stuff.
Sure.
Sure, that's what they all say before crashing.
Yeah, hopefully you didn't use too much of your data plan.
Yeah, that as well.
I have unlimited.
Oh, wow. That must be pricey.
Yeah.
A little. But how I am, it's well worth it.
As long as you use it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do. I go over about 20 gigabytes a month.
Wow.
So yeah, I will open my my chest. What do I find?
Oh, your loot box, right.
Yes.
Anyone look in the Discord.
Yeah.
You have to hold the button down to get it to open.
And you also have to pay $4.
No, that's for the gold ones.
Oh, okay. This is free?
Yeah, this is a free one. He earned it via accomplishments in the game.
Does he have a key shard? Does he have a key shard for it? Or does he have to buy those as well?
Oh, he doesn't need a key shard for this one because, like I said, it's one that's unlocked automatically. Because he earned it through achievements in the game.
But by the way, the chest is locked, so you'll have to just sleight of hand.
No. He uncovers this shiny object, and it turns out that the shiny object is not as exciting as you thought it was going to be, but it's a shiny object. It appears to be an ink pen.
Ink pen?
Yes. It's one of those ones that actually, because in this universe, back before the Shadow attacked, they actually had ink cartridge pens. However, they have a little activation mechanism that prevents the ink from flowing when you don't want it to, and you have to press a button on the back.
Okay, but is it like any magical ink here for like spells, that sort of thing, or?
You'd have to identify it. However, you're in a room that's on fire, so you might want to do that later.
Is the fire magical in any way?
Okay, so how many is there? Like how many are they?
There's one pen.
Okay.
However, it's abnormally large. Perhaps for a giant? You're not sure.
Yeah, it's like a weapon.
It's pretty much a short sword.
So I'll write a short pen in my inventory.
Short, small pen.
However, I will warn you, if you try to use it as a weapon, it may break. It looks brittle.
And then they'll be blinded by the ink. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Either way, you obtain that.
I will keep looking around. I mean, there's fire here, but there also might be loot. So I want to see if I find anything else.
You can make an investigation check of this immediate area if you wish.
So yeah, as they are looting the place, Arasan is extinguishing the place.
Alright. Alright, so with a 22 investigation, you see... Oh, or 20, sorry. I was looking at the one above it for some reason. Anyway, yes, the 20 investigation, you see no treasure in here. Everything is on fire.
This is a bad room. I mean,
the books that were here may have been valuable, but they weren't magical, so they caught a flame.
I will keep running around. Is there any other rooms, like back rooms or rooms on fire that I should...
There's literally like 14 other rooms on this balcony.
Okay, so I want to do like a speed run, opening all the doors, seeing if I find anything inside the room, and then...
Alright, a single investigation
running
check.
in the 90s.
Yeah, unfortunately, all these rooms are bursting with flames. You swear that you see another one of those faces in one of the rooms, the flaming faces, and you close the door immediately after you go to the next room and start looking in all those rooms. Unfortunately, they're all bursting with flames.
Okay, but can I make a perception to see if any of those rooms bursting with fire has something shiny in them?
Make a single perception check, I'll allow it. Unfortunately, all you see is flame.
Oh, this is a bad library. I don't like knowledge anymore, and I'll leave.
Jävla tjur, Benjamin.
Is there any way prestidigitation is going to help put this flame out at all?
Actually, the thing that would be more helpful is Erosan's decanter, which is a magical item that can create water almost endlessly, as long as he keeps summoning it. So he's just walking around putting out the fire.
I'm going to come in.
I'm going to get you to make an investigation check.
Yeah,
while he's just sort of blindly spraying.
No, well, I can say 3 phrases. I can say, let's see, where did it go?
Well, Geyser would be probably the most helpful one because it sprays the most.
Mm-hmm.
Can I also make an investigation to try and point him in the right direction of putting out the flame?
Yeah, I can also say fountain. That's like 5 gallons, and a stream. That's 1 gallon.
Yes. However, you're probably just spraying everything, even if you're knocking stuff over. Oh, by the way, the minute has passed, and the creature is now banished.
Yes, perfect.
So he's gone. However, I'm going to get you to make an investigation check, and I'll give you the results of that when you make it. Unfortunately, you're not really helping him put out the fire any faster. and you don't really see anything important. Though you do see that there are a couple of books that appear to have survived the fire.
If I notice those, I will just immediately cast Mage Hand and have it pull them and put it into my bag of holding to look at later.
Yes. And Edo-san, you turning into the junior firefighter of this group, you are noticing that the fire is slightly harder to put out than you think it should be. You're noticing that it's probably magical fire. Which is why stone and things of that nature are also being lit aflame. But you managed to get it out after, I'll say, an hour of fighting the fire, if you wish to do so.
Explo is gonna try to hit Lily with Cure Wounds.
You notice that her wounds heal, however, she is still unconscious.
Okay. He's gonna sit down and do Detect Magic as a ritual on Lily.
Okay. So, I just wanted to get confirmation.
Or would it be better? Or would it be better to do an identify?
I'm still here.
Yes, I just wanted to confirm if you were going to completely put out the fire, which would take an hour, or just put out certain sections of it and leave the rest, or what are you doing?
No, I'm gonna extinguish all the fires that are there.
Okay, it's gonna take you an hour, and you notice that one of those creatures appears to try to attack you. However, you're far enough away, and you spray it with water enough, and it just gets defeated. And like I said, it still appears to be magical fire, which is tougher to put out. So, while he's doing that for an hour, Howler and Lucius, what are you guys doing?
Well, what do you think?
What do you suggest we're doing?
You're standing in the middle of the fire and instantly dying.
No, I was thinking more of like searching the whole place. There's got to be valuables somewhere.
You can try.
Yeah. I'll just spend an hour doing that while they're distinguishing.
Okay, I'll get you to make 3 investigation checks as you're checking certain sections of the library.
Alright, I'm going to be moving in behind the fire extinguisher.
First, we'll deal with Howler's investigations. Alright, Howler. Over the hour of him extinguishing the fire, you find about after a half an hour, you find another shiny thing that appears to be under some soot in the burnt part of the library. So do you uncover it?
Yes.
Alright. You start uncovering it, and it appears to be some sort of metal plate. You're not sure what it is, but it's made of metal. So that's more valuable than anything else you found in here.
Is it magical?
Make an Arcana. Perfect. Yes, this plate is magical. You're not sure of the incantation due to the soot and fire damage on it. You're not exactly sure what it does, just by looking at it. However, it appears to be some sort of conjuration magic. Otherwise, you're not sure.
I yell out, I summon thee, my trusty steed, as I flail it around.
It's like a 3 or 4 foot metal plank, basically.
Okay.
And you're trying to swing it around, and it's quite heavy. However, when you say I summon you, mighty steed, or whatever the exact wording was, nothing happens.
Okay, so I'll have to have a wizard look at this, and I will
Or
take
an artificer.
an artifact.
Or an arcta. Oh, wait a minute.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you can have a wizard taking a look at it, or you can have somebody smart looking at it. Gio?
I'm just as smart as you, buddy.
Do you have a perfect +5 in intelligence?
Yes,
Why, yes,
I have a
good
20, sir.
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
All right. So,
don't you
Actually,
dare
that's kind of my gig, buddy.
savage.
That's what I do with
now,
magic.
Me.
the next thing I'm going to deal with is... Oh, and since you rolled a 10 for the other one, you don't find anything else, unfortunately, in your searches over that hour. So, next person I'm going to deal with is Lucius. Make 3 investigation checks. See if while you're walking around you notice anything.
Oh.
Unfortunately, you only found the books that didn't burn, which there were 6 of.
Alright, so 6 magical books. Would it be 6 magical books or just 6 books?
Well, they didn't burn, and they were in the middle of fire, so you assume they're magical.
6 magical books.
However, any of the normal books that you would have tried to have gotten in the burnt section, the method that he's using to put out the fire has ruined the books entirely. So even if you used mending, it wouldn't repair the words that were there before. It would just make you a brand new book.
Okay.
At least he would have a brand new book.
Yeah, he could grab a few books if he wants. I mean, there's tons of them, and if he has the mending ability, then he
I
can
do not.
Well,
Geo
if you
does.
did, you could use it.
Well, potentially, maybe I'll find a spell book and it'll have mending in it.
Yes, potentially. So you can grab a few ruined books if you want. However, they will have almost no utility as books. You could use them as other things until you fix them.
Yeah, I'll grab 10 ruined books.
Yeah, some of them are water damaged, and that causes them to be useless. However, some of them are burnt. So you can decide how many burnt ones you take and how many water damaged ones you take.
I don't think it really matters. I'm just going to put 10 ruined books.
Fair enough. You can do that.
Oh, by the way, since this is an hour, do you consider this to be a short rest or no?
However, well, because you're searching around, unfortunately, it doesn't count as a short rest. You'd have to be resting. So the next person I get to deal with is Explo. You're casting magic on Lily, or what are you doing?
I was gonna do a ritual, and I asked if it would be smarter to do detect magic or identify.
Well, I can describe what both of them would give you, if you wish. Okay, identify. If you cast that on a creature, it tells you of any abnormal status effects that they have, if they're magical. So let's say if they have a magical thing causing them to be sick or something like that, it would tell you the nature of this, and perhaps you would know how to cure it from there.
Okay, I'm casting identify.
The other thing, which is detect magic, it would just tell you the school of magic that was cast on her, and if she's affected by magic. It wouldn't tell you what is causing it or anything.
Okay, then I'll try. I'm gonna cast identify as a ritual, and I said I was gonna do that before Joe and he started putting out the fire, so I guess that would have been done in quite a while.
During that hour is when this is happening.
The hour that I'm just extinguishing it all.
Yeah, because he's just every turn spraying water everywhere. And it is magical fire, so it is a little bit more tricky to get rid of. So he has to spray it for a little bit longer than probably you think he should. Either way, you cast Identify on her, and it appears that she has no magical effects currently affecting her.
Okay. Wake up! Wake up!
Start shaking her shoulders.
Shaking her shoulders and slapping her face and pouring water in her face with the alchemy jug.
Okay, here's what I'll say. You start... All the other things did nothing. However, when you start pouring water on her, if you pour it in her face, she starts drowning a little bit, so then you decide to not do that.
Does she at least start coughing?
Her body involuntarily just starts expelling the water out, and she starts choking. But otherwise, she doesn't wake up.
Okay. Is this woman alive? Medicine check!
That's actually pretty good for a medicine check. She appears to be comatose.
Okay. How does one get somebody out of a damn coma?
Well, since you have a little bit of expertise in medicine with a 3, a little bit, people in comas, the stories you've heard, well, they just wake up at random times, sometimes not at all.
Okay, Explo, it's time to do the...
She could wake up tomorrow, she could wake up in a week, she could wake up in a month, she could wake up in a year, she could wake up in 20 years, she could never wake up at all.
Explo is gonna do the grown-up thing and make his bear stand guard and start bawling his eyes out while screaming, "Lily's dead!" while he's running back into the library to get the others.
Okay, so here's what I'll say. While you were doing your various checks of her, I'll say that took the hour. And you got so frustrated and upset that you ran in yelling, "Lily's dead." So, as that hour ends, you hear echoing throughout the library his cry of anguish, if you will. And what do you guys want to do?
I'll go and see for myself if she... Did she burn up already? I thought... Or what happened?
Are you asking Explo?
Yeah.
He's just crying uncontrollably and he really wants a hug.
Okay, so disengage and I'll move over to
Yeah, he doesn't want to proc an opportunity hug. Yeah, that really got you, didn't it?
Get him with an opportunity hug.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't because he disengaged. However, the dog creature is still
I'll be right back.
happily sitting there. If you want to hug that.
Yeah, since nobody else is affectionate, he's gonna try. Is Erison in close by?
He just said just a second, so unfortunately no.
Oh.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, he's gonna scream, "Senpai Erison!" and run over and try and get a hug.
Edo-san, do anything to prevent this. So no, you're here, means you're not going to respond.
I will, if possible, with my fire resistance, ask Explo where's like good spots to rub on the thing, and then
Am I back?
give it some scratches.
Hello.
Okay.
Arizona is going to use Expeditious Retreat to get away from the hug of opportunity.
So it's just looking at you since you're such short stuff. Just sticks out slowly his head and holds you back like, the hell are you doing?
Well, you heard him scream, "Lily's dead." And he's got tears streaming down his face.
Are you
I will
sure
give Explo a
about
hug.
that?
And then, are you sure?
Well, he knows that she is in a coma, and that's basically just like being dead because they might never wake up.
Okay, so she's not dead.
But he hasn't told you guys that yet.
Okay, so you're hugging me, correct?
I'm trying to get a hug.
He's trying to get a hug from Edo-san, who refused him. If you're nearby, you risk an opportunity hug.
No, Erson is just holding him and asking, like, the hell is
I'll hug the little
I want to
gnome.
know.
I mean, I'm gonna make sure to like kind of grab his hand so he doesn't pickpocket me while I'm doing this. But like, I'll give him a hug.
Damn it!
I mean, I very specifically come in. I do very specifically though come in, grab his hands, like bring him into my chest, and then like, yeah, all right, like trapping them, but like, yeah, all right, yeah, hug.
You just hear muffles in your chest, but I am the shortest person in the party now.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'll make sure I'm on a knee, by the way. Like, I'm on at least one knee. Like, I'm all right, buddy. Half that distance.
So,
and then be like, so what? So she's dead.
Go to
and
check.
I explained that she is in a coma and she might never wake up.
Okay, so he explained it to you.
So Elsa is going over to check on Lily, like, Lily.
Yeah,
hello.
he points out where she is, which she's outside on the steps of the library, being guarded by his bear. And I'm going to assume that the bear is going to let Edo-san approach.
Yeah, I was also heading there as soon as I disengaged from the hug.
Okay, great.
Well, I did just say tell the bear to guard her, so I'll let you make the decision.
I'll say that the bear realizes that they're trying to help. It sees no ill intentions from them as they approach.
Ah, frenemies.
The first person to get there is Howler, of course, because he was the first one, and not only that, he can move like 3 times faster than anybody in the group.
Right. With me, it's probably just half. I do move 45 now.
Yes.
So
but he can triple move, so that's why he can move faster than everybody else.
Damn, dude.
I have 40 and I can triple, so it's 120.
I have 25.
So Howler, you reach her first. She's just laying on the steps of the library. At least Explo carefully put her in a position so that way she's not like just sprawled out everywhere. She's just sort of laying there, motionless.
Okay, I check for a pulse.
She appears to have a pulse.
Okay, so then she's not dead because I.
That's what he said, but she's not dead.
So as I see our son approaching, looking worried, I'll just tell him, you don't have to worry. She's just knocked out. She's not actually dead yet.
Okay, that's a good thing. So let me see. I'm going to cast. Oh, please, God, let it work. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. What's happening? Oh, BC, do normal, please.
Well, unless you have magic to remove her memory, I doubt it will do much good.
Well, what?
She just had her memory restored by the shadow.
But isn't that a good thing?
Well, it could be a bit much at one time, and I motion over to her on the ground.
Yeah, basically, since he got a natural 20 on identifying this, the reason she's unconscious is because all of her brain was in a state where the memories were gone. So her brain was readjusting to everything, and it fully readjusted. And then when all these other things started bombarding her, it had a hard time filing everything into its proper place, and now she's unconscious. It overloaded her brain.
Let me see
she's
if
basically in a memory limbo, like the movie or the game. I can't remember.
She's basically, her brain overloaded. Her brain doesn't know how to react, and it just basically turned off certain functions of her body. So she is no longer able to do those things for now, unless if you find a way to restore those functions.
So we'll have to put her in the safe zone, move on without her for now.
One condition afflicting it.
Blind, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Unfortunately, you have a feeling that the type of magic you were using would work. However, it has to be a stronger version, aka greater restoration.
And artificers don't get those. Yay!
I think Lily has one.
No.
Even if she did, unfortunately, she does not have the brain capacity at the moment to cast it on herself.
Well, all we can do is literally feed her, keep her alive, keep her safe, and all that.
Do you say that you think it could cure just with a greater?
He has a feeling that it might work. Because she was reacting positively to the lesser restoration, but it didn't work because it wasn't powerful enough.
Maybe that creature you've been traveling with has something like that.
Creature I've been traveling with?
Tabaki.
The creature.
Oh, that creature.
Well, yes, he calls it a creature because it looks alien compared to anything else that exists in this universe. Because it's really from another universe.
That creature. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Don't trust that creature.
Well, then I think me and him will get off to a good start.
And just so you know, this time, if Tabaki and Howler interact, I'm gonna force you to play both of them.
Sure, whatever. Howler steals all of Tabaki's stuff.
Well, either way, you guys are sort of just sitting out in the open on the steps of this library.
Yep.
So bring Lily back towards the safe zone? Wait, you don't know about safe zone?
Well, I do. I mean, I've seen many of the things you've been doing here, although most of them seem to have
been... Howler, you saw that suddenly a bunch of undead just walked into an invisible wall. So, yes, you know what's happened.
Yeah, but I don't know he knows that.
You think doesn't see me. That's your problem, not mine.
Yeah, just keep saying that. You just know that your believability by me is literally 0 for what you pulled, right?
Stalker.
So
So yeah. First, try and get my trust a bit back. Then I start believing you a little bit more.
Well, first I have to know what I did to break it. I'm an honest man.
No, you're not.
Well,
That's a harsh thing to say.
Technically, I think the thing he's talking about was something I controlled him to do when he was an NPC. So, oops.
No. It's a very, very obvious thing that you have lied about is all the ships.
Oh no, that's a full truth. I pledge that if you find anyone with a circle of truth, then I will speak nothing but the truth. If that will put your superstitions away.
The ships that you claimed to be yours, which
Yes.
are not yours.
They are mine.
Now.
Well, if you are calling me a liar, let us settle this. Let us go to this blood priest you've been traveling with and force us to tell the truth.
Do you have the contracts of each and every ship that's there?
Well, I don't
Because
know.
if you're the owner of them, then you should have those.
Well, that's not any of your business unless you're looking to buy one, which then I would be able to speak further with you.
I just reach into my bag of holding. I have enough platinum here to buy one.
But will you really
and drop
buy
it back
me?
in? Oh, maybe one of those ships. So show me the deed of them.
Okay. Are you actually trying to buy one, or are you lying?
No, just trying to get my point proven.
Okay. Well, that's either persuasion or deception if you're lying about buying a ship.
Oh yay, my worst things. It's a deception.
Yeah, and since Howler's a rogue, he has 10 billion and everything.
7.
So...
Here comes the insight.
I don't think it's even.
That isn't that much better. He's good at tricking people, but he's not good at seeing through people's tricks, apparently.
I would have to find the deed. I don't carry it with me everywhere, but I shall have one ready for you.
No. You said you owned them, so you should have all the deeds. I mean, you do have a bag of holding.
Why would a ship's captain with so many ships carry around all of his deeds everywhere? I, of course, store them in a
Are Explo and Tim, Lucy in the nair of this?
Yes.
Yes. What I'm saying is that you guys are moving to wherever you guys want to move to next. However, I don't know what that is.
Okay. So Explo is literally gonna. Explo is gonna go like, you guys can measure your dick sizes later. Let's go. And I command my bear to pick up Lily, and we start heading off to the safe zone.
Unfortunately, your bear doesn't have very minute ways of picking up Lily, so it just picks her up in his mouth.
Works.
Right, measure dick sizes. Says the guy that is trying to measure with bombs.
I'm not the one carrying around a rifle.
Well, I at least made it.
How do you think I still make my bombs?
By replacing them?
I think Explo's point is that his bombs are small.
Well, are you sure about that?
Yes, they are. They're literally big enough for him to hold in the palm of his hand. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to throw them. Well, and he's a gnome, so he has little tiny stubby fingers.
I will say it again. They are growers, not chores.
Well, I might have a large gun, but I have small bullets.
Can we just go to the damn safe zone now?
God damn it, dude.
You just made it worse for yourself, Arizon.
I know.
Gotta love you, bro. Gotta love you.
Is this
so
what
much,
my game has turned into? Dick jokes every 5 minutes.
We gotta demonetize you,
Of course, there's
Matthew.
gonna be a dick joke.
We gotta demonetize
keep
you.
recruiting dudes, that's...
Yeah. Is Saliva still on fire?
I'm gonna say no because it rolled on the ground while you guys were spending an hour doing things.
In that case, Explo will ride Saliva to the safe zone. And by the way, can elementals enter?
They cannot, because this has previously been determined, so it cannot enter the safe zone.
Yeah, the guy that almost died was an elemental, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just making sure. So, yeah.
So technically, it is considered both an elemental and a beast, which most creatures are not two things at once, so it's gonna be interesting if some weird stuff starts happening, but we'll see.
Our son, you look a bit hurt. Should we take an hour here before we leave?
Nah, I will be fine. I can jump a lot and heal myself. Speaking of which.
Yeah, he is literally suffering from 3rd-degree burns at the moment.
What 3rd-degree burns?
I wanted a short rest, but I'm blaming someone else,
Just want to make sure. So there's nothing else of value that we can see inside of the library, correct?
You guys spent an hour searching the entire library, and unfortunately, both you and Howler have found nothing.
Well, I did find some things.
Well, you found some things, but nothing else.
I will speak with Lucian when I have a moment, and I will just say I found some stuff, and we'll talk later.
I'll just give you that nod of like, of course, and help escort everybody back to the safe zone. Along the way, of course, keep my eyes open for any other potential targets to gather necessary survival equipment.
All right,
I hope you understand what that means.
Yes. Make perception check. Anybody who wants to find things.
Yeah.
Find what?
Necessary survival stuff.
Beef jerky? Is there any beef jerky? I'm looking for
Howler is specifically looking for beef jerky.
No, banks, jewelry shops, magic shops.
Okay,
That's what we were looking for.
I knew what he meant.
Survival.
But beef jerky is also survival. I'm running low.
General,
I mean, you could literally find
need some of that beef jerky, man. Need some of that beef jerky, man.
I'm looking for an enchanted barrel of beef jerky. That's it.
Or the beef jerky itself is enchanted somehow. Who knows? Anything goes.
It's enchanted with flavor.
And then you try to bite it, and you can't bite it because it's enchanted, so it can't break. So it tastes good, but you can't bite it.
So it's like a lollipop.
It's more like an everlasting gobstopper that tastes like beef jerky.
Fun.
Which, I mean, it's possible for something like that to exist in this world. Because you can just enchant something and it can't break. So, it's possible. Okay. Anybody else searching? Just those two?
Just don't look up what I just posted in the Hangout because it's supposed to be a joke.
Oh, I don't see anything.
In the Hangout.
Oh, wait. I'm not looking at the Hangouts. Okay.
Just
I'm not going to look at that yet. Okay.
You will get it very soon if you do.
Okay. So, yeah, Howler. You find I'm gonna work the both in. How about that? The success is gonna work both of them in. you literally find what appears to be a meat shop, just sort of in one of the alleyways. But it's weird that it's in an alleyway. It's not. It's like between buildings, and there's a sign for a meat shop, and there's a door on the side of the building, but there's no advertisements for it at the front of the building or anything like that.
Oh, I think I found just the shop I needed, and that's where I'm going.
Yeah, and as he's approaching, everybody else sees what looks like a wooden sign, and it has like one of those cleavers and a piece of meat, and it says butchery. And you guys are all going to enter this shop?
Yes, I will follow.
Okay. So everyone enters the shop. Oh wait, I forgot. I forgot the demon was there for that entire fight. So you guys did well. and
Okay, he would have stayed back. He's a dickhead.
And he is, since you guys are going back and you know the way, he's just sort of flying around looking for other stuff, is what I'm going to say.
That's more useful.
He can continue to try to find stuff for me. Maybe he'll roll better than I do.
Fair enough. So
Expo's going to look for the biggest piece of raw meat he can find.
You guys... Okay, let's just wait and see what happens first. As you enter the shop, it smells literally like death inside. Because it's been months since the start of the attack, and this meat shop hasn't been paid attention to for that long, and there's just rotting meat sitting out with weird-looking flies. And I'll get Tim's character, Lucius, to make a nature check, because you may have read something about this in a book.
I mean, beef jerky should last a long time, so I think I'm good.
Well, the fresher meats are all rotting, so it smells horrible in here. So with a 17, yes, they're called cloud flies. They're literally flies that are partially elemental. Perhaps they're fully elemental. They haven't been studied well enough yet.
Okay.
But instead of a thorax or anything like that, they have like a little poofy cloud. And they have little black legs that emanate from this poofy cloud. And they have compound eyes that stick out of the front of the cloud. So they're just sort of flying around the room. They've reproduced on this meat, apparently.
Okay.
So
I will let everybody know.
Alrighty. Cloud flies have apparently infested this area.
Explo asks if they're dangerous in any way.
No. If they bite you, it would hurt just as much as like a horse fly or something like that. It would hurt, but it wouldn't cause damage or anything like that.
If I just throw a smoke grenade in the room, will that make them go away?
Sorry? If you cast what?
A smoke grenade. What?
Oh, a smoke grenade? You can try it. You don't know if they react the same way, and Lucius's studying didn't look into it quite far because he's not like whatever the study of insects is. He's not a whatever that is.
Is the 19 good enough to know if smoke is gonna get them away?
You know that it gets rid of regular flies, so why wouldn't it work here?
Smoke bomb!
Alright. Yeah, you scare away the adult flies. However, everything else is still in place. There's rotting meat, so it smells horrible. There's maggots of the cloud flies currently infesting the meat. The fresh meat, anyway. And, again, it still smells like death.
So it reminds me of home.
So I look around. Where's the beef jerky?
Alright. Make an investigation check of this particular area that you are currently standing in.
And when I can roll, I'm going to look for actual treasure.
Okay. Let's start with Howlers.
Of course.
You do find what appears to be a barrel of dried meat. You're not sure if it's beef or jerky, but it's dried meats. And it is labeled so, in common as well as Orin.
Dried meat. Okay. And that's the only barrel I see?
Yes, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'm just gonna ask, there will be no equivalent of a magical freezer? Like a room... No, but a room that is enchanted with some kind of freezing spell or something. Should be able to...
Not in this particular establishment, and there's a reason why, which you may or may not find out.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. And I'm just gonna look it over and taste to see if it's good or not.
Okay, do you open the barrel?
Yeah.
Okay, the barrel opens. Apparently, the barrel was sealed properly, so the flies did not manage to get inside this barrel. And it just
but
appears to be
you still have
like...
to do a dexterity saving throw because it's a mimic.
No. Fortunately, there is no mimic in this room, at least. At least not yet. I mean, you could probably bring one from another location. I mean, I don't know what you guys are gonna do. So, you check inside the barrel, and it just looks like ripped sheets of toilet paper almost. It's just got like a jagged edge on each side, and then it's smooth on the top, smooth on the bottom. And it just looks like dried meat.
Yeah. Does it taste good is the question.
Okay, you try some. Okay. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
Whoa.
It is heavily spiced, but you manage to not just immediately spit it out or anything. It is heavily spicy. It's, imagine like the Asian food, like Indian subcontinent, kind of spicy. It's quite heavy. You're even sweating just taking one bite from it.
So I'll just let everyone know, oh, this is good. It's pretty spicy as I start filling the charges into my old beef jerky barrel.
Okay, if you dump, you can literally dump the meat from this into your other barrel if you wish.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna say that your barrel is full, which means that you have 100 rations again.
But now the problem is all your beef jerky is at the bottom of the barrel.
That could be a problem, depending if you want the beef jerky before you want this spicy stuff.
That's a good idea. I will have to think of a solution later.
Shake it!
Alright, so as this is happening, I'm going to say Explo and Howler are in a corner trying to discern all this meat shenanigans. So I'm going to say Adosan and Lucius, you guys can start looking for whatever it is you want to look for.
Well, I'm just gonna replenish some of my rations and that's it.
Well, he unfortunately couldn't use all the meat from that barrel in his barrel because he couldn't fit it all. So I'll say that you got 10 meat rations if you want to differentiate them.
10 meaty rations.
If there's some of that left over, I'll pick that up. But that's just like a byproduct of my search.
Okay.
Like something I would just notice. So you want an investigation or perception?
And
I'll just say you also get 10.
No, I get that, but I'm saying for the actual like looking of trying to find
yes,
what I'm looking
you can
for.
start looking, but I'm saying that you also get 10.
Oh no, you want an investigation or perception?
Investigation. You do find something suspicious. So let's get the description on. You start walking into the back room where you assume the butchery happens.
Okay.
And you see what looks like one of those heavy cleavers just sort of stuck into a block of wood. And the block of wood is just red. It's not whatever native color it was before. It's just red now. And you see what looks like cuts of meat that also have flies populating in them. Smells like death still, because it's been rotting for who knows how long. It may have even started rotting before the incident, but you're not sure. You can't be sure. So you start looking around this room, and what you find is a suspicious-looking piece of bone. Just sort of sitting in what looks like a disposal pile of stuff that they were probably going to empty, but didn't get a chance to because of the apocalypse. It looks like, you know the ball joint that fits into a hip bone of a human being? It kind of looks like that.
Okay. I'm going to draw everybody's attention to that.
Did you find any beef jerky?
Big mouthful of this meat in his mouth.
I don't know if that's human or if that's kosher.
But does it taste
You know what
good?
I mean? It doesn't taste good?
That's what I was asking you.
I'm going to look at the bone and look at him. I'm not going to gnaw on that.
And I'll come over and see what it actually is.
Same
That's
description.
a hip bone.
It looks like a hip bone of a human being. Just from immediate glance.
Well, that's not what I was looking for, but if it's some sort of mechanism, and I'll just try and push it.
Okay, you just hear a noise. A sklurp. A sklurp would be the onomatopoeia I would use. As you just sort of move it around in this slushy rot that it is.
I'm going to kind of like flick your hand off of it. No. They're clearly taking people and then using them in the process of their meat making. We have to do a deeper search. There's probably stuff from the people they've killed here. And we just haven't found them. And I'm going to lean closer. We should probably not tell some of the people in the group. They might not agree with this.
Right.
I'm just seriously thinking, should I go look for more beef jerky or stuff? Because I also want loot.
The jerky, bro, is going to be people. Do you want people or do you want stuff?
I want stuff. Yeah.
Okay, then this is a simple flowchart, bro.
Yes.
Simple flowchart.
I just had to make my mind clear.
I get it. I get it. I saw the conflict. I wanted to help you.
So I will just start pulling out the meat again on the counter, and I will say, "Well, I didn't feel like it anyway. It's too leaves a bad aftertaste."
I'm also going to take out the 10 rations, and I'm going to do a deeper search to try to find where they're storing people's loot.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. If whoever you get in on who actually knows can make an investigation check. Anybody you don't tell that this is people, the food is people, they don't get to make an investigation check.
Cool. So I'm
because
only going to be telling.
They don't know what they're looking for, so they can't make one. But everybody else can make one.
Yeah, so I'm only going to be telling the Admiral and Expo.
Okay.
I just wanted to say that I was also going to look through the shop to find maybe something interesting.
Okay.
Not because you just discovered that food is people, but no, I just wanted to do so already.
Okay, we'll get to you after we deal with what their roles are. So
Does
everyone,
Explo see that the general took all the meat and took it out again, or did he do that?
Counter. It's like all over the counter at this point.
Yeah, Explo opens his bag of holding and just foops it in.
You have 91 charges.
Okay,
Even
I am
meat.
just
You
going.
can also add my 10 because I'm going to throw that right on top of his.
So that's Hondo.
actually, since you guys are all doing that at once, I'm gonna get Eros-san to make a perception check to see if you notice them doing this.
Can I potentially? All right, never mind.
Nope.
No. So
Nope.
you don't notice. You're looking at something else. So
Time to
Eros-san, you
investigate.
still
Like,
have your meat rations. Because you don't know, unfortunately.
I investigate the place,
Okay.
the whole
but before,
place. I'm not.
Before you do that,
Mhm.
before I tell you the results of that, I want the other three to make their investigation checks.
Yeah.
What are we looking for, by the way?
Treasure.
Treasure. Loot. Again, remember, they're taking human beings and other sentient beings, killing, slaughtering them, and taking their loot and their goods. So they're going to stash that somewhere.
It's basically a house of 1,000 corpses.
A little loot would make me a bit happier, but don't you think that they would be smart enough to just take hobos with nothing on them?
No, they're going to take people because they're stupid. That's what happens here.
Yeah.
Either
Probably
way,
why they still have a shop open and not in jail.
So, Howler is the only one who needs to make one still.
Yeah, I didn't register. Yeah, I reloaded the page. So, investigation.
What did you get?
14.
Oh, there we go. 14.
Okay, so, Explo, you find two suspicious, what's the best way to describe this? They're basically square pieces of wood that are sticking up out of the floor about 4 or 5 inches. Looks suspicious to you.
I knock on it.
You hear that the floor around it appears to be hollow.
Explo wants to make him feel a little bit better, so he's going to use one bomb charge with a fire grenade and disintegrate the wooden hatch or whatever.
No. Hey.
I know what I'm doing.
No, you don't. You're emotional right now.
He's already done it. I've already made the roll.
Yeah, as you notice him, because you were searching a different location, is what I'm going to say.
God damn you.
You walk in as he lights the floor on fire.
Prestidigitation, put it all out.
I said just the hatch, not the whole floor. Just the hatch.
Yes, the hatch is made of wood, and so is the floor. So, unfortunately, you lit the whole floor on fire.
Yeah, but with a bomb charge.
He puts it out. However, it did break the trap door that you were trying to break. So, it broke in.
Well, that
However,
was easy.
you would have burnt the whole place down, probably, if you would have just left it.
Hey. We are more careful when we're looting. When there's wood, fire is not our friend. When it's metal, have at it, buddy.
All right, I'm going to get all three of you.
Acid to destroy metal.
I'm going to get all three of you to make a perception check.
All three?
All of us?
It includes me?
No.
Okay.
Just those 4.
21.
Because this is the reason why I wanted yours check after it. At least you managed to do something.
One less again.
Alright. So here's what happens. All 3 of you witness as Edo-san is just sort of appearing to be looking for stuff, and he is getting dangerously close to that femur bone or whatever it is. And you guys don't want him to see that. So what do you want to do?
Explo doesn't care.
He's just about to get towards this bucket that's full of just goop and this bone.
Mage hand grab, push the bone deep into the pile.
All right, it looks sort of like tar as you're just pushing it in, and it displaces the rest. Mage hand is invisible.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
it's
not.
Only for arcane tricksters, this actually.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh,
so I see this mage head like, the fuck? And I
However,
check the
you have to notice it, so make a perception check.
Alright, if possible, I will cast a thaumaturgy beforehand in the opposite direction, and then the mage hand.
Okay, if he's gonna do that, he's just trying to trick you. So
I'm trying to get you, yeah.
Roll again. Perception. Second perception.
Goddamn.
Alright, so it's 19. You see this weird looking... Here's how I'm gonna describe it. It's like a Mickey Mouse gloved hand, except it's not as exaggerated.
No,
Oh,
it is. It is, and it just looks like it. It has the 3 slashes of black on the back, the dot, and it grabs. It's big. It's stupid. It grabs it and shoves it in.
No, here's what I imagined. You just used the finger and you're pushing it in
with one finger.
Oh no! The whole hand grabs it, and the whole hand takes the entire thing and the hand into the pile. And then I look at him and go, "What?"
However,
he looks at me.
You saw the hand. However, you did not see what the hand put inside the goop.
So the thing Erosan is gonna do, he stands by the bucket, kneels down by it, looking at everyone, sticks his hand in.
I'm going to use the mage hand to make sure to move and keep the bone right out of his hands.
Okay,
he can dig
here's
as
what I'm
deep
gonna
as he
do.
wants.
Hold on, I'm not gonna stick it just like this in. No, I'm gonna stick it. Nothing is gonna escape that hand.
Here's what's going to happen. I'm gonna roll a d20 and see what happens. Alright, here's what happens. The funniest thing that could possibly happen is what's going to happen. The bottom of the... He starts sticking his hand in, and it's like you're sticking your hand in months-old rotted meat. And you're just sort of like... making weird gunky noises as the magical hand is moving it around. And what happens is Edo-san begins to pick up the bucket to try to reach the bottom easier, and the bottom of the bucket just goes out, and all of it just goes all over the floor, and unfortunately the mage hand is revealed holding a bone.
It drops it and shakes oh no, and then disappears.
Elsa just looks at it and goes like, is that what I think that is?
What do you think? And then I'm going to dig into whatever the thing we just found is.
Okay, so you start... The 2 wooden things that were sticking out of the floor were a ladder that were sticking out of the trapdoor. So you start climbing down the ladder.
Erosan just reaches in his reach for the 10 meaty rations and goes like, nope, 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 nope.
Explo actually looks down the hole to see if he can see the bottom or anything at all. I have dark vision, 60 feet.
It is pitch black. But you can see. I'm just saying that your vision notices that it's pitch black. And you look down in the hole, and you see 60 feet down, the ladder continues from the top.
I'll ask Explore. Well, you know dark places like this. I've seen some other gnomes wearing these gloves that let them see. Is that something you could make?
Oh yes, it is, but not right now. And I'm gonna use a bomb charge to make.
Before you do that, Lucius is climbing down the ladder. That's already been established.
It's not gonna be anything damaging. I'm gonna use a smoke grenade charge and actually make it basically just like I'm gonna add metals to the heating element of the smoke grenade that will make it light it up. So it will basically be like an emergency flare.
Okay, I'll allow it. Sure.
And I'm just gonna drop it down. Be sure to not hit Lucius.
All right,
and just
Lucius,
see how far
you
this
see
thing goes.
the light drop down past you, and you're about 60 feet down, and the floor is 60 feet down from that.
Okay. Do I see anything down there?
Do you have Devil's Sight, or do you have just Dark Vision?
I have just Dark Vision.
Okay.
I don't know with the light if that's...
I wasn't sure if Tieflings got Devil's Sight or not.
No, we get Dark Vision. I can, with a feat, take Devil Vision, though.
Okay. So, you look down in that area. It appears to be some sort of stone chamber. However, it's quite large. You do notice that there are some shackles on the wall. And you look to the other wall, and you see some, much larger shackles attached to the wall as well.
Ooh, a sex dungeon! Right. Can we go? Can we go, please?
Yeah, I'm gonna say
the floor is covered in blood. The floor is covered in blood. It's like black, super rotted blood.
I will say up to the group, hey, this is what's down here.
Yeah, well,
it's continue to come down, but let's be cautious.
It's a good thing we have Papa Explo with us. He should be an expert.
You should.
In sex dungeons,
and I will continue down at 45.
All right. You reach the bottom of the ladder. Does anybody join him?
Yeah.
Yeah, Explo would have joined him down the ladder after he threw the...
I would like to go up towards our son. There's a sex dungeon down here if you would like to join.
I'm also going to cast Prestidigitation and start putting light up around the immediate area.
Sure. How far does the light extend?
Well, since it is Prestidigitation or whatever it's called, you would be able to make like one little candle or something?
Yeah, but no, I can make up to a campfire.
Oh. Just make a campfire then, and walk around with it.
According to the description, you would need the campfire to be there in order to make a campfire. It says you can instantaneously light or snuff out a candle torch or a small campfire.
I will just use my lantern.
All right, let me look at Thaumaturgy. Hold on. I also can cast that.
Thaumaturgy. You can cause existing flames to brighten or dim. No. You can only make them existing flames brighter or dimmer. So
what did Expo throw down?
Sorry?
Wait a minute. I'm checking.
The thing that he threw down, is that like a fire or something that I can manipulate?
It only lasts for 1 minute, so I think it would have been snuffed out by the time we got down there.
All right, probably not.
Yeah, he would have to keep throwing them, and that wouldn't be.
Yeah, it's not gonna be. Yeah.
But if Howler uses his lantern, you can brighten or dim his lantern for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which
so I'll let you know when you get down.
Since it's a cantrip, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
As much as you want.
No, it is.
So you could each time just keep recasting it, so that way it's bright forever.
As it gets brighter and we see more of the room, I just say, "Welcome to the halls of Moria."
That's bad luck. If we get attacked right now, it's all on you.
Okay, the whole room lights up, and it's basically... It looks like a torture place. Like a place where... there's implements on the wall, like whips and saws and all kinds of garish torture implements that you're not sure what else they could do other than torture. Like, they're not just regular tools, some of them. They look like things like a pair of anguish and things of that nature that have absolutely no other purpose other than torture.
This kind of looks like my childhood bedroom, Explo says when he just looks around.
However, there is a door on the other side of the room, made completely of metal, and it's about 10 feet tall, the door itself.
Well, Explo, you should be able to melt that right away.
Bomb charge, acid grenade.
Okay, you guys walk to the other side of this chamber, and you place the acid grenade. This place smells, if it's possible, even worse than the rotting meat, somehow. And you just sort of place the acid grenade. Unfortunately, this door is a lot bigger than your charges are usually used for, so you just melt the doorknob off.
I always place it at the lock, so...
Yeah, it melts the doorknob off. And the doorknob falls to the ground.
We can open it.
However, as you begin to open the door, if you do, it doesn't matter if you do, but it's just semantics. Do you start to open the door? Yes or
no? No, we don't want anymore. We put it that way.
Before he starts opening the door, Explo takes his shirt over his nose.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty stinky in here.
Good idea, and I'll turn my tentacle thingy around.
Yeah, you just take one of the tentacles and put it over your face. Oh, by the way, someone could have potentially identified that. Lucius, make an Arcana check. Or a Nature check. Both are...
Arcana or Nature.
Probably Arcana.
Tentacles over my face.
23.
23. Okay. He has... what are
Damn it!
Finally, I beat you out instead of you beating me.
Again, with just one.
Hey, this is my thing, all right?
Sorry, what was that, Ben? They're talking over you. Yes, it is a dark mantle, which can produce supernatural darkness, which is part of why he is so good at hiding. Part of why he is so good at hiding. Because it's drawing in the shadows from around him. It slightly obscures him.
If you look over at my character for the next, 5 minutes, I'm probably just staring at your character trying to see what is the magical thing that's allowing you to do this.
It is
and I turn around and I just have a tentacle mustache looking at you.
Yeah, it's just the natural essence of a dark mantle is able to do this.
Well, when I see that it looks like you really want it, I'll tell you, if we get back to the temple, we could probably make you one. But you'd have to join me in the Underdark.
Oh, hell yeah, Explosives.
We will be talking later, for sure. Let's get through the moment.
All right, so yes, now we go back to...
Eye to eye, bro.
That was as you guys were walking across the room, I'll say, to go to the next door.
Just to have it said, we have everything we need for a bad porno movie now. We have a dungeon, we have shackles, we have whips, we have tentacles.
Gio, what would your safe word be?
How about
Ouch.
I don't blow your head off?
That seems pretty
Please,
long. Are you
My
sure you
safe
can
word
get
is
that out?
always please stop.
Well, I mean, you know,
Okay.
all right. That ruins the whole like fantasy, but all right.
All right, Erdo-san, did you go down the ladder? Is the last thing I need to
We
find out.
invited you to a sex dungeon. Do you want to join?
No, Emerson was just busy emptying out his bag of holding and cleansing it of this filth of meat.
Okay, fair enough. You, as they blow the handle off this door, you hear a coming from inside the door.
Ah, yes, we should take care of this as I hide.
That is the lowest stealth you've had ever.
Yes. It's 2. It's the natural ones, the pathling.
Wow.
Well, technically,
Wow.
can't you roll 2 natural ones in a row as a halfling and still get one?
I've done it once in this entire campaign, so no, not possible.
Theoretically, it's possible. But anyway, yeah, he moves over and hides. You guys still heard the noise, however, the door is not open, and nothing seems to be breaking down the door, at least yet. So what do you guys want to do?
I ready an acid grenade as I slowly opens the door so we can see what's inside with the lantern. Please don't tell me you hid with the damn lantern.
Yeah, of course I turn. I have like a very. It's basically a flashlight kind of. You just point where you want the light, so it doesn't light the.
It's a bullseye. It's a bullseye lantern.
Yeah,
So we can still see.
I have a polymorph spell ready to cast.
Okay.
Well, if we...
I'm like looking over his shoulder, like ready.
You literally see what looks like. And you both have dark vision, correct?
Yes.
Just double checking again. You can see into the end of this room, and you see what looks like a pig, just sort of sitting on the other side of the room.
Did you say a pig?
P-I-G. Yes.
A peg. Okay.
P-I-G. Yes.
A pig.
However you wish to pronounce that, go ahead.
Pig.
So, it's just sort of sitting in the corner of the room, and it goes, which kind of sounds strange for a pig.
Does any one of you two know how to make good bacon?
Can I do a nature check to see if this is some kind of horrible mutated human being or something?
You can try.
21.
Sure. You have a feeling of what this is, and as fear begins to creep up the back of your neck, everyone needs to roll initiative.
So, can I get the description at least?
No.
I'll give that to you after you guys roll.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to find my token again.
Alright. I don't see the tokens, and alright, I'm doing this on my tablet.
They're in the bottom, at the very bottom in the middle somewhere.
It's just because I have my character sheet up, I can't get really to where I can see the tokens without.
Yeah, but that's okay.
For you. Yeah, you can just roll and we'll add it.
So.
Yeah, I can like barely see it myself. So same thing, dude.
You can zoom in.
A 9.
I'm just hoping that in about 2-3 months I can afford to buy at least a laptop. And I can start doing off of that. If I'm honestly trying to save up so I can buy a badass gaming desktop.
Well, as long as you don't buy an alien computer.
No, I'm gonna build my desktop from scratch.
Or you build? I thought you said laptop.
Yeah.
Well, if in 2 months, if I look at it, I'm like, it's gonna take me another 6 months to save up the money to get the desktop, but I can buy the laptop right now. So
Laptops are usually more expensive, though, compared to what you get power-wise.
All right.
It's more like what you want to use it for. If you're traveling a lot, definitely go laptop. But if not, desktop is definitely... You get more power for cheaper money. And it lasts
No, I
longer.
know. The problem is I have to
I
be
have a
portable,
laptop
even at
is
home.
because I need to move it around because there's other people who live here, so I can't
And that's
disturb them all the time. So
And then that's my thing. I'm just like Matt. My situation is I might have to move. A desktop and all that setup is way harder.
Well, you could build a mini tower. They're pretty neat.
I stand at 6'4", sir. I don't do mini.
It's
okay, so
bigger than a laptop.
It's true, but again, unfortunately, if I'm going to go desktop, I'm going to go big. As you were saying, Matt.
Yes. I need to determine something. What is your dex modifier, Explo?
My dex modifier. That is 1, good sir.
Okay, this thing has a +4, so it gets to go first. So, you do get to know the information that initiated this combat. However, you do not get to express it until your turn, which is after the creature gets to go. So, I'm going to describe, and then you guys get to decide what you want to do, what's happening. So, Explo, this is the information only you know.
Excuse me.
Sometimes...
Maybe you should do it for real and wait until it's my turn in the initiative.
But the creature may have a chance to do something. That's all.
Okay.
Anyway, you know what this thing is. This thing is literally called a demon pig. It is a demon that looks like a pig, and it has magical abilities and all kinds of stuff, and mostly what it does is it tries to manipulate whoever owns it to do things that they shouldn't. However, it currently does not have an owner, so it's just gonna try to do things to you guys. It's just gonna try to do things to you guys.
Spider pig. Do whatever a spider pig does. Na, na, na.
Imagine a pig that is possessed by a demon in the real world. Like what it would try to do. It would throw up vomit and all kinds of weird demon things. However, it is Lucius's turn. You see a look of horror go over Explo's face. However, he is not able to do anything until his turn comes up. So,
Alright, so
Pig is just sort of sitting in the corner, and it goes, and it just looks at you. Okay, so what does that require me do? Wisdom. Okay.
17. And as funny as it may sound, sir, I choose a pig.
Okay, let's see how this goes. 12.
What's up with the pig, bro? Why are you afraid of the pig?
Unfortunately, due to the nature of this thing, he cannot even speak until his turn comes up.
I understand. I'm just going to say, as I point, I turn it into another pig. And this time, if it's possible, like through my travels, maybe I've seen like a polka dot pig or like a striped pig. Something that clearly lets them know, like, this is a different type of pig.
Okay, sure. You make the pig was actually just pure pink, and you make one that's black and white.
Cool. And then I ask, what's up with the pig, bro? Why are you afraid of the pig?
Alright. That happens.
Are we out of initiative, or...?
No, you're still in initiative, unfortunately. Okay. Edo-san, you hear them asking, Are you afraid of the pig, bro? You hear someone asking that.
I'm just gonna leave them to their devices, and I'm just gonna be up there, just waiting for them to return, because I'm not going in some kind of creep dungeon that's maybe a human meat seller, whatever meat seller, because bleh.
Sure. Unfortunately, it is the creature that goes before Grand Admiral. Because
Do I know he cast polymorph?
Well, the pig just suddenly changed colors, so...
Yeah, but did I see that? Because it's dark.
First off, the pig gets to go first because it has a +4.
I have +5.
No, you don't.
Well, just
Yeah,
remember, whatever it does,
Then
man.
why does it say 9.2 next to you?
Because if you have, like, it's based on your initiative. Like, if you have a 19, it's 0.19. If you have a 10, it's 0.1. 10. 11, 12. Because my dexterity is 20.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Go ahead. You have max dexterity. Go ahead.
I will also just say this, Matt. When you do act with the pig, it has to be in the context of a pig.
Well, it already was a pig. It only had other powers, but it might not be able to use
No, but those powers, those are all gone. So literally, yes. What would a pig do in its current situation? That's exactly what it would do. Nothing else.
Well, let's see what Grand Admiral Howler has to do first, because it's his turn.
The question was if it was polymorph. Or if
you saw him cast a spell and then say, "Why are you afraid of the pig?"
So,
and it changed color from pink to black and white.
Yes.
Like, it made a very clear difference before I turned to talk.
Okay.
Yeah, so like his spell, I'm pretty sure, has verbal components as well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've seen it then.
Yes, you would have
noticed. Everything. It has everything.
So you would have noticed him attempting to manipulate the fabric of reality with a spell.
As well as me reach into my component pouch and pull out a caterpillar cocoon and, like, crush it in part of the spell.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I will wait on shooting it. Yeah. I will do nothing. I will just hide.
Alright. So, you're hidden. Okay, so does it gain the mental stats of a pig?
Yes. Literally every single part of it becomes a pig. It is a pig.
Okay, I'm just gonna check, just to make sure.
So it says right here, the creature is limited in the action. It says the creature is limited in the actions it can perform by the nature of its new form, and it can't speak, cast spells, or take any other action that requires hands or speech.
Okay, so it wasn't gonna do that anyway.
No, but it's limited in the actions it can perform by the nature of its new form. So it literally is just a pig. So just think of whatever a small little pig would do right now with no powers.
Yes. It has no powers, however, it's still a pig, and it was before. So it's just gonna attack you.
So it wants to find truffles.
Bite you. It's gonna bite you.
Okay.
It's, even if it were a pig, it's scared and it's cornered. There's a whole bunch of people pinning it inside this place, so it's gonna try to either go past you or bite you.
That's actually the action would be to run. My brother raised pigs for 4 years in high school. They just run. They all just try to run right out of the pen.
Okay. I'll go with that then. It runs out of there.
Can we make
and it's going to try to move past you.
Right.
You can do whatever you want to it if you have a reaction to opportunity attack it, if you want to do that.
I haven't used any. I'll try to grapple it if possible. How big is this pig?
Did you make it the same size pig as it was before?
I'd just make it into a pig.
Okay, then it's a regular pig. Whereas before it was considered a medium creature. Now it's just a pig, so it's smaller. It's considered a small creature now.
Okay.
Can I do opportunity of reaction or something?
It's trying to run past everybody, so I'll let you guys decide who wants to do something first.
I'm gonna throw a flash grenade straight in front of its face, so that if it fails the dexterity save, it will be blown back into the room.
Okay. Everyone okay with him going first?
Yeah.
Yep.
I assume
Constitution saving throw.
Alright,
17.
and it's a pig, so it's lower than what it's supposed to be.
What is a pig's?
I don't know. I assume it's a 2, but it might be.
Combine strength 1, dex 0, con 1, intelligence -4, wisdom -1, charisma -3. 5 HP.
It was 1, so I re-rolled and got higher.
How do you find this all so fast, Ben?
Why do they have to say anything? It's what I'm saying.
I'm impressed. I'm just impressed. I'm just glad that anytime like an animal or anything is brought up, he just does this thing where like he looks over and then he just starts talking. And I'm just like, that would have taken me at least another 20 seconds before I would have gotten anything. Just
well,
damn.
It rolled an 18. What does that?
I vote that the 10 still stands because it had more than it should have had.
Well, it had lower, so I re-rolled.
That's still not fair.
I agree. I agree with Explo. We should go with a 9, not an 18.
I guess fine. Since you guys are gonna make a big deal out of it, it's a 9. So then it flies back into the pen.
Is it my turn now?
Yes, it is your turn.
I am immediately closing that door, and I am making firebomb charges, or as I explained before,
before you do any of that, you are under the effect of fear, which is why you weren't able to talk until now. So you must make a wisdom saving throw to even do anything. He's just panicking and backing away.
Wait a minute. Then I shouldn't be able to throw the flash grenade anyway, so you guys have to do something.
We'll go with that's a knee-jerk
I'm gonna let that go because it was trying to run past you and you panicked. So I'm gonna let that go. But now you are unable to do anything else. You're not even able to speak. You're just like.
And I'm gonna agree because I'm gonna be honest. Every single time something comes up, your knee-jerk reaction is to throw a goddamn ball. Every single time. Oh, there's something going on. To me. Exactly, which is why it's like, oh, he's panicking.
Yeah, so the flashbang stands. However, he can't do anything else other than close the door. I'll let him close the door.
Are we still inside?
The creature is inside. No one else is.
I'll just ask Lucius if I can.
So I got to close the door as well?
Yes.
Okay, so you just see Explo holding his back against the door, just like...
Yes. Alright, Lucius.
Alright, Mage Hand is going to be cast. It's going to slowly, like, float forward. And then lightly slap Expo right across the face. Okay. And then it's going to point right in his face, Mickey style. Put your shit together! And if possible, even though I say, get your shit together, because it hits them, like, the glove first, as it hits them, it goes, get your shit together!
He's sort of seeing cartoon animals floating around his head after you slap him, and he hears the Mickey voice even though you're talking regularly.
I hope you latch on to Donald, bro.
So,
latch on to Donald.
I'm gonna get you to make another wisdom saving throw.
To see if I'm even more afraid?
To see if you make it out. Okay, you managed to succeed.
Oh, we can do that. You can do that?
Yeah, he basically slapped you and as an action tried to free you from the fear effect.
Yeah, that's actually my action, is trying to get you out of the fucking your shit.
So,
I did
I'm
not
gonna
know
allow
that
it.
was possible.
So, you rolled a 21.
Player...
You're able to focus on him, and you are no longer afraid for the moment.
So that's the thing that most players don't understand. If another player is under effect and somebody else can notice that shit, you can spend your entire action to snap at him and be like, hey, what the fuck is wrong with you? Let's go!
Yeah, you can try.
You basically spend your action giving him another action.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Nobody
so you
really
can
tries
respond
that because
now.
people aren't
You can speak.
players. Like
you can speak.
Players.
I very calmly. Okay, I'm not calmly. I'm screaming out that thing is a demon, and I explain what kind of demon it is. And it totally explains the human meat and stuff. We need to seal this bitch up.
I have a suggestion for the two of your heirs. How about I make this demon pig into my servant?
I can also, before you do that, give you, I think, a bonus against this thing. You said it's a demon, right? A fiend?
Did?
It is classified as a fiend, yes.
Alright, I can give you, before you go, protection from good, evil and good, and I can specify fiends, so you should get bonuses.
That would be handy. All I need is a bit of its blood.
Yeah, but to get a bit of its blood, we would have to kill the polymorph pig to turn it back into itself, and then get the blood.
Well, no. He has to get the blood. I'll cast a spell on him of the protection of good and evil.
When? Oh, like it's a concentration? Or?
Just throw the spell.
Yes. Yes.
So I'll get ready to attack when you cast the spell. When I see him change back, I will attack him.
And then we'll shut the door, and then he'll get the blood, and then we can open the door, and I can hit it again with the polymorph, and then he can cast his spell. But at that point, we have to take a short rest so I can recover some.
Yes, we can take a short rest after. Let's try and deal with this situation first.
No, of course.
Lovely.
I will drink one of my potions. It's a greater healing potions because I'm going into combat now. So I pull out a healing potion and I drink it.
Okay, great. That happens.
And I will, the contract I made for the hook horror?
Yes.
Do you have full HP, by the way?
No.
Okay, Explo sees you drinking a healing potion, and he gives you a healing drug as well. So that's 22 more health for you, my boy.
Now I'm full.
And by the way, real quick, just definitely story thing. My character does come up to you as you're doing this, especially since you're the admiral. Since I'm going to help you get through this, I expect my contract to not be nearly as harsh as you have against the others.
Of course, it's
as
just
long as we can have a mutual agreement, something more close to partners, I'll be willing to sign.
There's many different layers, and I'll make sure to have a good one for you. You can have a fine look through it.
I will.
Shake
your hand.
I would imagine. And I go in the room and I ready my weapon.
Matt, I don't know if it's possible, but while I'm shaking his hand, if there's any tokens or something like that I can use to plant on people to help channel. This is just a flavor thing, not anything for bonuses. But if that's a thing that you want to have in your world, he'll do that right now, so he'll have a better chance in his mind to channel his magic towards the Admiral.
Oh, sure.
Okay. So yeah, I slip like a token into your hand as we do this.
I'll just flip it and pocket it.
When you do see it, it's going to be like a Chinese token, or like coin, where it's got the center punched out, and the center's punched out like in a hexagonal pattern.
Fair
and
enough.
You can tell that the runes are definitely like something that he's like carved into the tokens.
Fair enough.
I will add that to my inventory.
Mechanically, it won't do anything, but
Yeah.
it's cool. You can have it. No problem. So, do you open the door?
Yes, and I will go to the pig and I will ready my weapon.
Okay, he goes to the pig and readies his weapon. What are you guys doing?
So,
as soon as the spell like ends and it changes back, I'm going to cast protection from evil and good on him and give him protection from fiends.
Okay.
and because my turn is after him before the monster, I get to go before it.
Yes, I'll let that go.
Okay.
So it is Howler's turn.
And I would have hidden before it, so attacking from stealth is advantage.
Unfortunately, that room has nowhere to hide in it.
Oh, okay. That's fine. That's 22.
Well, real quick, Matt, is there any chance of pulling it, like, its attention as a pig to the door? So he does actually have a stealth chance when it reverts back, because say you'll be behind it, flanking it?
Unfortunately, there's nothing else in the room, and as soon as it turns back, it has powers that would allow it to know that there was something behind it.
Okay. Well, it's even better to... So yeah, I will strike it with a 22. So that hits.
That hits.
I will draw its blood, and I will disengage with it, trying to scrape it onto the pig.
Wait. Sorry, we have to really quick establish something. Matt,
Okay.
Are you cool with me establishing touch spells through Mage Hand? That is not something that it normally allows, and this spell, I have to touch him to cast it. And we have to
if it was for
we
the
move
protection from good and evil, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let that go. Sure.
Okay, so through Mage Hand, I can cast a spell.
But as soon as you close the door, the Mage Hand has to go outside the room, is what I'm going to say.
Alright, so as long as I have line of sight, I can cast spells like this.
Through the Mage Hand,
Through
yes.
it.
I'll
Right.
allow
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Alright, so you cause... How much damage was it?
Well, technically, because they're next to it too, that would be sneak attack too. So that would be 28.
Okay.
And does it bleed?
Yes, it does. Very, very black blood, but yes.
I try and, with my bonus action, I try and smear my weapon on the paper to get it on there.
Alright, you attempt to do so. We'll see what happens in the next turn.
Sure.
So it is now... Whoops. I just full screened something I didn't want to. There we go. The creature turns around and looks at you. Its eyes glow with a... It starts with a green, then it goes red, then it goes yellow. And it just sort of looks at you, very crazed.
I will, as it does that, I will tell him, welcome aboard. So I pull my hand out.
Alright, here's what it's going to do. You're going to hear a voice in your mind saying, destroy the contract. And you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Hold on.
I can't be charmed. By
it's charmed.
I can't be charmed.
Is it a charmed, frightened, or possessed
It's a charm.
Mage, I
So he's
cannot be
fine. He cannot be right now. He's protected by me.
Okay, it fails.
I will quickly
I got you, bro.
I will quickly start
you.
noting down stuff like cannot use any abilities or attempt to convince Howler to release him of the contract by magical means.
As you attempt to start writing this down, the words do not form on the page.
Okay, so I take a new page and I quickly do like the bare minimum. Basically,
Here's why.
Yeah,
the contract was already determined.
Yes.
And it was in the process of being signed, so you can't change it. That goes against the contract rules.
I know. That's why on a new paper, I will just have an additional paper, a deal. In exchange for 1 copper, he will refrain from using any kind of magics to attempt to release himself of my contracts.
Okay, you're starting to write this down. This is going to take you more than a turn, unfortunately.
Yes.
All right, so we go back to your turn. You start doing that. Whoops.
I also move around to the other side of the door, so maybe we can close it.
All right. Moment. So that happens. It realizes. So at the end of your turn, you had a turn. So you were writing on the contract. Were you moving outside the room? Is that what you were doing?
Yes.
Okay. So you moved outside the room. Unfortunately, no one else gets a chance to do anything because they were outside the room. So the pig is going to instead change its tactic.
Wait. It's going to change its pig tactics.
It is a demon pig. You didn't cast anything on it.
Yeah, I did.
Because he was still in the room.
No, but the pig is still technically a polymorphed pig.
No, you changed it back, so that way he could attack it.
Oh, shit, that's right.
But we have protection from good and evil, it's still good.
It's concentration, yeah, no, it's better.
It's gonna change its tactic. Instead, cast this ability on the small one standing next to them, who is not under the protection spell.
Why did you jump over everybody's initiative? Just asking.
Because he was in the room. You were waiting for him to get out of the room, is what I thought. So I jumped over everybody's because we were waiting for him to get out of the room, which he didn't do yet.
No, honestly,
you didn't move your movement. You didn't move your movement. You didn't use your movement to get out.
Yeah, I used my movement to get out.
Oh, I thought it was a whole turn. Like you were sitting there smearing the blood on it. You had to move in there and then smear the blood. So you moved.
That's fine. I did the first turn.
And then you realized it wasn't going to work, so then it did something. And then it had to go through the whole turn order for you to go out. Which is why I thought everybody was waiting.
No, if I saw that it wasn't working, I would have taken action.
Okay, sure, I'll let that go. I'll let you do an action if you wanted to do something.
But let's go through the order. I mean, if I don't want to jump, if somebody
technically I jumped you, so it was my fault.
Okay, if I see that it's failed and it's not working,
I will. Can I shout out something because I was running out to them?
Okay, we're going back in time. You're in the cell with the pig.
Yes.
You smear the blood on the thing, and you stuck your hand out saying, "Welcome aboard."
Yes.
It didn't immediately work. The pig tried to take control of your mind, and you were like...
And that was my turn again, right? But on that
Then we were going to go to your turn again, but apparently everybody else wants to go, which I didn't think was the thing. So, Lucius, did you want to do something? When he holds his hand out to the pig is just staring at him, and Howler just looks at it weirdly because it didn't work what it was trying to do.
Can I tell that it's not working?
Make an Arcana check.
All right.
Okay, yes. You see that it attempted to mind control him, but your magical effect on him prevented that from happening.
Cool. Polymorph again.
Alright. So that was a wisdom, if I remember correctly. Okay.
And I'm casting it at 1 level higher.
Pretty sure they had a +7, but it might have been a +6. I don't remember, so I'm going to go with +6. It rolled a 25.
So it beats it.
Alright. So the pig is still a demon pig. Did Explo
And I will yell out, run.
Okay.
Well, you're still concentrating on your feet, right? Because you didn't drop concentration. It's only when you...
He attempted to concentrate on something else, is how I'm going to rule it.
But it didn't work, so you should be fine still.
So he still has the spell, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
That's an iffy zone, but I guess I'll allow him to continue to concentrate on something, even though he tried to concentrate on something else. I'll let it
go. How far away are the pig from the door, and how far away is the general from the door?
The room is 30 by 30. Howler is standing approximately 25 feet away from the door. The pig is 30.
Okay. How close are you to the pig?
He is in melee range with the pig. Yeah, he was in melee range with the pig because he wanted to shake its hoof.
Did you start walking away after the deal went wrong, or?
Because we didn't skip your turns.
Yeah, he waited until its turn, so then he doesn't have movement yet. So he hasn't had movement yet.
Flashbang? In the middle of them, so that Howler will, if he fails to save, as he did, he will get blown 10 feet towards the door, and the pig will go in the complete opposite direction.
It rolled a natural
which it does.
So, it flies 10 feet away. Is it prone?
Yeah, prone. It takes no damage. The same for you, General.
Yes.
All right.
I should add General to this title because you keep calling me this.
Oh, Admiral. Grand General Admiral Howler.
All right. So, Howler.
Those are totally opposite things.
Exactly.
Howler.
Makes sense.
It is your turn. You got exploded.
I will see all this stuff happening, and I assume I realize what he's trying to do, and I know it's not working. So I will get up, and I will go to the door that's separating me from the rest of the party, and I will say out, "Ward your minds and leave me alone." And I, as I close the door, I say, "Don't underestimate my negotiation skills." And I close the door, and I block the door with my movement. Like, just back up to the door. So the demon has to get through me.
Why
okay, so you are blocking the door with your own body? Is that what
Why can't you use your gold to do that?
No, I'm just standing there because it's me. He can't get through me. Like, he can't attack me or anything. And his charm didn't work. So as long as I'm there, and you guys get the hell away, we're good.
However,
we need to wait for our turns first.
Explo's turn is until after it.
Yes, but he doesn't have line of sight of any of them because he's in the room.
I haven't used my movement though, so I
but
can't
you
run.
haven't had your turn yet. That's the problem.
You have it on your turn. So you basically you and him are on the other side of the door with a ladder and stuff, and I'm just locked the door, shutting me and the demon in there.
Okay. Wonderful. My turn. Unfortunately, you used a bomb to open this door, So there is a place it can see through the door. The handle is missing. So it just looks through the hole where the handle was, and its eye is glowing that green, red, yellow.
That is not creepy at all.
And it's just sort of staring through the hole. You didn't even hear it move. Almost as if it was moving silently inside there. As if it knew that you would hear it move and then suspect it was doing something. And it just looks through the hole and Explo, which is what I was trying to do before, it is going to tell you to destroy the contract.
So
in your mind. So, yes, wisdom saving throw. Alright, its save is 15, unfortunately. So, you have no choice but to destroy the contract.
Is he holding the paper in his hand?
The one I finished written, I just shoved in my bag of holding again, but the one I'm writing, I have in front of me. But I would be pretty quick about
it. This demon wouldn't be unspecific about what it wants destroyed. It wants the thing that is signed to be destroyed.
Okay, yes.
So, Explo, the pig is now sending you messages, mental messages. You see an image of Howler shoving the contract into his bag of holding and what the contract looks like. So you are able to reach into his bag of holding if you are able to. And picture the thing that you want pulled out and pull it out and possibly destroy it.
Oh, so you have the finished one in your bag of holding?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were still writing it.
No, I'm writing another one, a separate one.
Well, in that case, Explo is just gonna put a fire grenade down in the bag of holding.
Well, first you have to bag of holding. I'm carrying it on me, and you're on the other side of the door, and I'm holding the door back, so you'd have to push me away.
Oh, you're inside still.
Yeah.
You're inside.
I thought you were. Oh, so
no, I'm staying with the demon. I'm not staying with those. I'm like.
I thought you went outside of the room and then barred the door.
I think everybody thought he went outside of the room.
I was pretty specific about what I did, but okay. I was in the room with the demon, as I said, trying to block it so it couldn't leave or couldn't do much.
Okay. Well, that would have changed a few things that I would have tried to do, but I mean, everybody else thought that you were outside, so sorry.
It was not just you.
I'll say that it managed to get past you, unfortunately.
Yeah, sure.
This one turn has taken forever, so I'm gonna say that unfortunately it managed to look past you through the doorknob.
Yeah.
So I have to get through the door first, right?
Yeah. That would probably be an action, you know.
That appears to be what the case is.
Just a question. Does the door go inwards or outwards, or both?
It opens outwards. So he is technically barring the door. He would have to hold the door closed from you pulling it out.
Okay. So how big is the hole?
The hole is big enough for the demon pig's eye to stick through.
Is it big enough for me to stick a flashbang grenade through it?
Yes.
Dexterity saving throw for everybody near it and the door.
The door automatically fails because it cannot move. Constitution. What was its constitution?
+6, I think he used.
Okay, yes.
For con.
Natural 20. So the door automatically fails because it's unable to dodge. And it has no constitution because it's a door, so it's not a living thing and it doesn't have a constitution stat. It's an inanimate object. So the door blows off the hinges.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
Is that my turn, or can I still try to...
You used your action, but you still have everything else.
Yeah, that's all. I just have one action.
That's good.
You can still get into melee with him, if you want, but that's up to you.
Yeah, sure.
Plus,
I'll walk up melee to him.
Oh, yeah. I'm not holding the door. That's true.
Not anymore.
You're not holding the door anymore because the door is blown off. Because of the mechanic of how that works. Alright, Lucius, you see this going down.
And Lucius, are you here?
He is currently muted.
I don't think he's here.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see if Aerosong wants to do anything. You've been hearing explosions and yelling and a bunch of garbage happening downstairs.
So Erso just looks down the hall and says, "Everything going okay down there? Or is Explo just making fun again?"
I'm shouting, demon mind controlling Explo, and I point to him.
Explo is shouting, "Demon not controlling Explo. We're just having fun in the sex cave."
Which sounds more likely.
Technically, the demon pig would have told you to say that Howler has betrayed us, but that's up to you how you want to express that.
Oh. Well, Howler is attacking us. Please help us, Giovanni.
Deception.
Or Arizon.
Deception.
Do I have to make a deception?
Sure. But at an advantage because the pig is telling you what to do. And the pig is actually kind of smart, unfortunately.
17.
Yeah, I would believe it, but I'm not. Well, wouldn't it be
Howler
better
has
if...
attacked you before.
After you shot me, to be fair. Like, you literally shot me.
But I'm just saying it's not beyond Howler to have attacked somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And especially because you have bad rapport with him.
So Erison says,
Erison basically just have an excuse to shoot the bastard.
well, let's see what I can do from up here. I do have dark vision.
You have dark vision, but you can't see them because it is 120 feet down.
God. So I start going 30. So I start going down the ladder. Yay! I can't do anything this turn.
I mean, you could fall 120 feet and you'd be at the bottom of the ladder, but it would hurt.
And I did be dead.
It would hurt, but you'd be at the bottom of the ladder.
And I did be
without
dead.
using an action.
No, I'm climbing down.
Okay, and you can use your action to dash, if you wish.
Not like it would get me real far.
You'd be 60 feet down, and you'd be able to see the bottom, but you wouldn't be able to see them.
That's true, but I can't cast Firebolt then as well.
Well, you're 60 feet down, but it would have used your action, so you'd only have a bonus action. Yay!
Yay! Something
I love demon pigs.
This is gonna be awesome. We're all gonna get killed by a fucking pig.
Well, Erison can just say, "Nope, I'm out of here."
However, you are still on the ladder, so you're not that close. So did you dash, or did you just not want to do that?
No, I'm gonna be very conservative with my dash. I'm gonna be like, if something goes wrong, I want to firebolt someone in the face.
Okay.
It's 90 feet up on a ladder.
Yes. Okay. Howler, you have a pig.
How long would it take to? How long would it take to finish? What I'm writing is basically agrees to not like this demon with his blood agrees to not charm or cast any magical effect on Howler and his companions.
Okay.
How long?
You are in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, I'm aware. That's why I'm asking. Like, could I do that?
It would take you 3 turns minimum.
3 turns. Okay. In that case, is there any
You've already
drain?
used 1, unless if you just wanted to bar the door on that turn.
The blood would have to flow somewhere in this dungeon. Is there any like sinkholes where the water goes out, the blood goes out of the belly? Like any sinkholes I see?
Make a perception check.
Perception.
See what you see in the middle of a fight.
20.
Matt, I got to go. It's like 2 o'clock here.
Okay. Is everybody okay with pausing in the middle of the demon pig fight? That's here anyway. Okay, great. So we're gonna pause here.